Chin Music Baseball Podcast, episode 36. Chin Music Baseball Podcast, episode 36. Season 5. Chin Music Baseball Podcast, episode 36. Chin Music Baseball Podcast, episode 36, season 5. And what is good, everybody? Killah Noez here. Happy Tuesday going out to everybody. And I'm not sure if you guys saw, but the Dodgers did play an early game today. They wrapped up their first game of the doubleheader. Just wrapped it up about 10, 15 minutes ago, where the Dodgers, in my opinion, the Dodgers stole a game. They stole that game against the Mets. I was out and about, and I was listening to the game on AM 570, listening to the call by Tim Neverett and Rick Monday. And man, the Dodgers are struggling offensively. At least they were in like the first, 8, 9 innings of those games. In the first 8, 9 innings of that game, oh my gosh, no life from the Dodger offense. But it just sometimes you need just something to spark you up, and you got to shout out Tyler Glasnow again. You got to shout out Tyler Glasnow for just allowing. Let me see if I could go quickly. Let me go on this box score real quick, just to take a look at Tyler Glasnow's pitching line. And as you can see right here, he went 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, only 2 runs, 2 of them earned. He did have 4 walks, struck out 8, allowed a home run. That was to Frankie Lindor. But he only allowed 2 runs and he kept the Dodgers in the game. Now, the way the Dodgers offense has been horrible as of late, 2 runs, being down by 2 runs seems like you're down 10. That's just the way the Dodger offense is going, where you're down 2, 3 runs. And the way the Dodger offense is going, it seems like you're down 10 runs. Well, that's what it seemed like going into the 8th, where they were able to plate 1 run across and make it a 1-run game, and they kept themselves right in there. And then going into that 9th, going into that 9th inning, they're able to tie it up. Now they had a chance to get they had a chance to get the lead, but the most important thing was that they were able to tie it up. And man, the bats finally woke up in that 10th inning for the Dodgers. Capped off by, obviously, the highlight was the Freddie Freeman home run, the 2-run home run by Freddie Freeman. And that was pretty much all she wrote. That's all the Dodgers needed. And I honestly feel like the Dodgers stole one from the Mets. So they steal game 1. I honestly thought it was one of those games where the Dodgers didn't even deserve to win. Just basing it off the way the offense has just been sputtering and just making quick outs, making quick innings. Miguel, the pitcher of the Mets, just making quick work of the Dodgers. His line looks like a premier starter, and Miguel is nothing but. He's definitely not a premier starter, but he had the Dodgers in check for sure. As I look at his line, he pitched 7. He matched Tyler Glasnow, believe it or not. He was better than Tyler Glasnow. He pitched 7. He also pitched 7. He allowed 3 hits, no runs, no earned runs, only 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. And Miguel is pitching like Tyler Miguel is pitching like a bona fide superstar. Well, we know that he definitely is not, but the way The Dodger offense has been sputtering. That's what the Dodger offense is doing right now. They're making subpar pitchers look like aces. As Big Dog Mom is with the check, and Big Dog Mom, hello, welcome in. I don't know if you saw the game, but wow, the Dodgers, in my opinion, the Dodgers stole Game 1 from the Mets. And like I said, sometimes you need those games, man. Sometimes you need those games where you steal a game. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the Dodgers did in the first game out at Flushing, New York, in Citi Field. They stole Game 1. They end up winning 5-2. And man, that was they snapped, and most importantly, they snapped their 5-game losing streak, and they have a chance now. In the same day, they have a chance to not only snap their winning streak, but start a new winning streak. Ain't that pretty awesome? So not only did the Dodgers snap their 5-game winning streak, but now, thanks to the doubleheader, they have a chance. They have a chance to they have a chance to start a new winning streak. Wow. So we'll see if they're able to do that. Uh, First pitch for game 2, I think they just said it's going to be 7:30. 7:30 will be first pitch over at Citi Field. 7:30 first pitch coming up. All right, cool. And I think I got my camera working here. Yeah, we're good. I think. Browser has lost connection to your camera. I gotta start the damn camera, will you? There we go. It was an entertaining game. Well, Big Dog Mom, I'll be honest. I was listening to the game on the radio, and man, like I even took a snooze listening to the game to the point that, and then before you know it, I woke up and I'm like, God damn, it's already the 7th inning. Let me check, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. So I'm checking my phone, and I'm like, dude, it's still 2-0. You got to be kidding me. Dodgers haven't got nothing going. Let alone, I take a snooze like around 4 o'clock or so. Wake up, it's already the 7th inning. I'm like, oh my gosh. E-Dog with the check-in says that first game was something else. It was, E-Dog, and I honestly feel the Dodgers stole game 1. They stole game 1. Prodigy checking in. What up, Prodigy? Welcome in, man. Chin Music, a baseball podcast. This is actually episode 36. Welcome in. I was watching it on the DL here at work. Good job, Big Dog Mom. And man, yeah, the Dodgers decided to finally wake up those bats in the 9th and 10th inning. That 9th inning was pretty awesome too. Just seeing how the Dodgers right away, they got back-to-back base hits from a great at bat from Teoscar Hernandez, and then Gavin Lux stepped up with a big base hit as well, and that got the Dodgers going. And hey, E-Dog, you saw it right there from Chris Taylor, man. Small ball. Out of everything, out of every freaking thing, small ball got him the run. And you know what? I got to give props to Chris Taylor. He might go under the under wraps where he might not get the proper due, but you got to give shout outs to Chris Taylor, who's been struggling. And man, he's one of the few people that probably does play small ball from the Dodgers. And that actually helped him score the tying run, believe it or not, with that bunt, that 9th inning bunt that ended up tying the game and got it into extra innings where the Dodgers bats finally woke up. And it was definitely highlighted by Freddie Freeman's 2-run bomb. And lost in the shuffle, Teoscar Hernandez got like his 3rd hit that inning. I believe Mookie Betts got a base hit. He started off the inning with an RBI base hit that got the Dodgers the lead, and the Dodgers never looked back after that. And like I said, Freddie Freeman hit a 2-run shot, and I gave the Dodgers the 5 runs and the 3-run lead. That's all they needed. Shout outs also to Daniel Hudson. Daniel Hudson, though, for a second, though, had me worried, especially when he lowered the bases up and he quickly fell behind to who was it, Tyrone Taylor. I was like, bro, the Dodgers are about to lose on a walk-off. How pathetic would that have been? You know what I'm saying? But you gotta credit Daniel Hudson, who fought adversity and came back on that count. And yeah, he ended up did he strike? I think he struck out Tyrone Taylor to get it into extra innings. Thankfully, because the New York Mets were set up for a walk-off and to definitely break the hearts of the Dodgers after tying it up. But Daniel Hudson dug deep And it was a roller coaster, but he was able to get out of that inning, thankfully, and get the Dodgers over 2 extra innings where they just took over from there. Blake Trinan picked up his first save in like forever. And great to see Blake Trinan get put into that situation to close it out. And Blake Trinan definitely delivered for the Dodgers, especially with Evan Phillips still on the shelf. But man, Dodgers come back and they steal game one. Game two is coming up at 4:30 out here in the West Coast, 7:30 out there in the East. Dodgers versus New York Mets. Second game of the doubleheader. Gavin Stone will be on the bump for the Dodgers going against Jose Quintana, left-handed pitcher. I always say here, man, I always keep note of the left-handed pitchers that pitch against the Dodgers. For whatever reason, left-handed pitchers, the Dodgers take a while to adjust to them. And man, you see some really bad at bats. But let's hope this game one, let's hope that kind of just gets them going. It slaps some sense into them, and they get the offense going. And hopefully they start getting some hits and hopefully some runs against Jose Quintana, left-handed pitcher for the New York Mets, who comes into the game at 1-4 with a 5.53. Is that right? 5.13 ERA for the New York Mets. And again, Gavin Stone will be on the bump for the Dodgers, 4-2 with a 3.60 ERA for the Dodgers. So we'll see how it goes, man. But yeah. So I got home in time to watch like the last couple innings, man. And like E-Dog said earlier, man, definitely entertaining innings for sure, to say the least. E-Dog, as I'm reading some of your comments here, yeah, they did. But what did I tell you about the small ball? For small ball gave them the opportunity. And like I said right there, E-Dog, it definitely did. Small ball definitely gave the Dodgers opportunity and allowed them to tie the game up thanks to that Chris. That's another thing, too. I thought Ottavino just made a bad play on that and maybe should have caught that ball at the very least. I don't know, E-Dog. But, hey, you know what? The fact you got to put the ball in play regardless and make things happen. And right there, you got to give credit. Regardless if it was a playable ball or not for the Met defense, the fact that Chris Taylor dropped the bunt and initiated for the Mets to make a play, which they didn't, and that allowed the Dodgers to tie it up in the ninth. Big Dog Mom, I hope that flow continues into game two. Yes, and let's hope that flow most definitely continues into game two. And I have a feeling it probably will. One thing that these type of wins does, it gets the juices flowing for the winning team, right? It would have been super demoralizing to have lost. You know what I'm saying? Not only to lose, say the Dodgers don't even come back to tie it. You know what I'm saying? Say they lose 2-0, or 2-1. I'll even give them a run. Say they lost 2-1. You know how demoralizing that would have been going into game two? So the fact that they came back, they stole it, in my opinion, they stole game one. That could get the juices going for the Dodger offense. So let's hope that gets carried onto game two, and we'll see if it does. E-Dog, and Ohtani looks really bad right now by his standards. Yes, he does. Unfortunately, yeah, he did. He struck out late in that game as well, from what I saw, on a really bad pitch that was up and away on an 0-2 count. And yeah, Ohtani's definitely going through it. And there's one thing to be said there, man, where Freddie Freeman hit a big run shot, and hopefully Freddie Freeman starts coming through for the Dodgers. Maybe he could take a little bit of stress, relieve a little bit of pressure from Ohtani, where Ohtani just has to worry about getting base hits and not trying to do too much. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see it. Only time will tell, and see about Ohtani, which Ohtani is a great player and he should be able to get out of his little funk, as well as the Dodgers. But the Dodgers have the opportunity not to only stop their 5-game losing skid, but now with the doubleheader, they have a chance to get into the winning column and get a winning streak going and try to win their second game by getting game two of the doubleheader between the Dodgers and the New York Mets. And again, that's coming up at 4:30. So stick around. Big Dog Mom, stolen or not, a W is a W, and I'll take it. And yes, Big Dog Mom, well said. We will take that W regardless of how it comes. And sometimes you got to get those type of wins during the 162 game season. Sometimes you got to get those wins. They're not all going to be clean wins. You're going to come from behind and jack a game or two, or maybe 3 or 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that today's showed that even when the Dodgers are struggling, they still had that grit, and it was good to see. And more importantly, I guess the goddamn Mets. You know what I'm saying? So I was very happy. I mean, I was up to my feet clapping when I saw Jeff McNeil strike out or pop out when he popped out and he threw his bat, and I was like, hell yeah! Anytime we could get Jeff McNeil frustrated, that's a good thing for sure. So that was a good thing to see. Otani is out for game 2, says Big Dog Mom. Well, Big Dog Mom, let's take a look if we could get a little sneak peek. But yeah, Big Dog Mom is breaking the news right here that Otani will not be playing game 2. So maybe we'll expect Otani to maybe be a pinch hitter if the game calls for it, maybe in a critical situation in game 2. But as of right now, per Big Dog Mom, because I haven't seen it yet. You're right. This is what I'm seeing here. Yep, here's the lineup for game 2. So Mookie Betts will be the leadoff hitter playing short. Will Smith will be the DH, and he'll be batting second. I thought that this would have been a great opportunity to move Freddie Freeman to the 2 spot, but they're going to keep Freddie Freeman in the 3rd spot. He'll be playing first, followed by Teoscar Hernandez in right field. Kike Hernandez will be coming off the bench, and he'll be playing third base for the Dodgers, followed by the center fielder, Andy Baez. Left fielder, Miguel Vargas. Miguel Vargas will get another shot. He'll be out in left field, batting 7th, followed by Miguel Rojas. Miggy Rowe will be the second baseman, batting 8th. And the 9th hitter will be Austin Barnes doing the catching for the Dodgers. So no Shohei Otani. Shohei Otani will be on the bench, and well deserved as well. He's been on that bench almost day in day out for the Dodgers, and every now and then, especially during a doubleheader, you are going to get some players that are going to get the rest that they need, and looks like Otani will be getting the rest for the Dodgers, as well as Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux will be hitting the bench, but then again, keep in mind, guys, it's a left-handed hitter. I'm sorry, a left-handed pitcher, Jose Quintana. So that might have something to do with it as well. Where I know for sure with Gavin Lux, they gave him and then Jason Hayward's not in there as well. So they're trying to sit down their lefties. And then, of course, Shohei Otani will not get the start for the Dodgers against Jose Quintana, left-handed pitcher for the New York Mets. I think I understand that move, and I'm okay with it. But yeah, we're getting ready for first pitch coming up in about 7 minutes. First pitch of the Dodgers versus New York Mets, game 2 coming up. And if you guys are tuning in on YouTube, I invite you to switch over to Twitch if you guys want to see the play-by-play done with the game, with the actual game. Obviously on YouTube, I cannot do that due to copyright infringement, and trying to keep a clean slate on YouTube. So YouTube, you only see me, and that's it. But on Twitch, somehow we could get away with it. We got to know the ins and outs, but feel free to jump on my Twitch at twitch.tv/DJ Killah Noez. And let me get my MLB TV going here, as looks like game day already loaded up. So that means that the feed should be on and popping for game 2 of the Dodgers versus Mets, live from Flushing, New York. Give a little load here. But man, what a game 1, man. I just love the way the Dodgers just jacked that game from the Mets. And yes, stay tuned. Event will begin shortly. I am staying tuned. Let me just reset this one more time. And we should get a feed here shortly. But again, this is Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 36 of season 5 with myself, Killah Noez, broadcasting all the way live from La Puente. Thank you guys so much for being here as we await first pitch, game 2 of the doubleheader between the Dodgers and the New York Mets. All right. I will be patient. Yes. E-Dog, yeah, I think right now that's a good thing. Maybe get his mind off of hitting for a while. Yeah, E-Dog, definitely a good thing for sure. Especially on a doubleheader, you know what I'm saying? You'll sit down your lefties against a left-handed hitter, rightfully so. So I definitely understand that move. That's not a problem at all. maybe gives him an extra breather, and like E-Dog says, maybe gets his mind off of the struggles that he's currently in. Otani is. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, first pitch coming up in about 5 minutes. First pitch to start at 4:30. Gavin Stone on the bump against Jose Quintana of the New York Mets. Dodgers going for the second win in a row. Let's go. No more 5-game losing streak. Thankfully. Holy moly. And like I said, man, sometimes you got to jack some games to get on that win column. And the Dodgers just did that right now in game 1 against the Mets. All right. So my MLB TV currently looks like this. And I'm just waiting for the feed to start. I mean, usually on MLB TV, it starts showing me the SNL pregame show and all that good stuff. So I'm a little. Let me turn on my other MLB TV on my other computer just to make sure that I'm not. I don't want to miss a pitch here. But thank you guys so much for being here. We will be bringing you game 2 of the doubleheader between the Dodgers and the Mets. One way or another. Ay, caray. I'm just double checking that I'm not missing anything here. But yeah, first pitch is slated for 4:30 out here in the West Coast. And that's about 3 minutes from now. So we should be getting something going pretty soon here. Okay, got something going here. It's funny because I got one computer running on Wi-Fi. And then I have another one that's hardwired. So obviously the one that's on Wi-Fi taking forever. Got a all to the good though, man. But stay tuned. We got the first pitch coming up real soon, guys. I'm just making sure that. Just want to make sure I don't miss a feed. I know it's saying stay tuned, but I will be surprised if that goes. Be surprised if like, okay, first pitch now. We're gonna show it. It's like what? Usually doesn't take that long. Make sure I'm on the correct game as well. Looks like I am. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll stick with it. Oh yeah, Big Dog Mom. Yeah, it's gonna be on TBS. But correct me if I'm wrong, Big Dog Mom. You know what? And I'll get my Spectrum going as well, just to make sure. Usually on TBS, Big Dog Mom, those games get blacked out for us because it recognizes that we're in the LA area, and then we get blacked out. So we'll see. Let me go on TBS real quick. That could be the move. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love bringing the feed on MLB TV due to the fact that I'm a lot closer to the action compared to when I'm streaming it on other sites or when I do jump on my Spectrum app. I feel like I'm a lot closer on MLB TV. But yeah, MLB TV still is stuck on stay tuned. Event will begin shortly. So it's acting like it's going to bring the game, but it's taking forever now. And it's already 4:30. All right, I'm getting my Spectrum going here. But yes, TBS is supposed to show it. Yes, it sucks. Got it. All right, let's see how we're looking here. Let me do my filters real quick. All right, got I. Yes, all channels, ding dong. Give me all channels, all A through Z networks. Let's get popping here. TBS, let me see. Yep. The game currently being telecast is not available due to contractual league requirements. Please check your local listings to find out where the game is available in your area. So it is not popping, unfortunately. So Spectrum is a no. It is blacked out on TBS. I mean, like I said, I got other ways to watch it, but I'm really trying to prevent that. I mean, this game would have started by now, right, guys? Well, I might have to go on the other route for now, just to kind of get something going here. Can't believe I'm doing this. Unbelievable. I thought for sure MLB TV was going to have it. I mean, it looks like it is, but as of right now, it does not have it. All good, though. And I'm going to be going back and forth just to check. I'd rather have the MLB TV app going. But let's go into this one right here. All right, here we go. Game 2. All right, stay tuned. I'm all excited to bring the game, and then all of a sudden, MLB TV don't want to bring it. It's all good, though. We'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks, but we'll do it live. All right, and as of right now, looks like the pregame shows are still going on. Somehow, I'm getting the New York feed, which I don't mind. I don't mind the New York feed, as long as it's a good feed. But as you can see, we have the New York feed going so far. I'm going to be keeping tabs on MLB TV just in case they show the game, which they should, and it looks like they will. But not right now. Okay, all good. Yep, MLB TV has the same thing on both feeds. So we'll see. We'll see. But right now we're looking in on the SNLY app. We're gonna see. I mean that one we'll be able to watch the game, but just from the New York. I was about to say New York Yankee, from the New York Met perspective. E-Dog, Godzilla, former Dodger and Hart High alumni. Godzilla, who are you talking about, E-Dog? Oh, Todd Zeal. Todd Zeal. I'm all Godzilla. You like Matsui went to Hart High? Yeah, Todd Zeal, brother. Yes. I'm surprised he's not doing. I know the fact that I know Todd Zeal had like a cup of tea with the Dodgers, but I'm surprised. Like he was like a Mino LA dude when he came back to LA, right? So I'm surprised he's not doing work for SNLA for the Dodgers. Instead, he went back East Coast and doing work for the Mets. So I'm super surprised by that. All good though. Puro Mets, puro Mets. In the words of Chris Rock. What's a Met? There we go. Game 2 between the Dodgers and the Mets. Dodgers come in now at 34-22. Going up against the Mets. Mets are 22-31. Second game of the doubleheader. First pitch about to start. He got into, I believe, TV and movie production. I mean, out there just as good as being in LA for that. Yep, I agree. And the weather too, right, E-Dog? I would think like he would have been like, dude, I'm back home. I went to Hard High, and I wanna chill out here instead. But nope, he went back to New York. I guess he liked New York, or probably just had a better opportunity. Todd Zeal did. Carissa Resendez on YouTube. Noe, my father says hi. Hello to your pops. Carissa, thank you so much for popping in. Believe it or not, Carissa, I do baseball games now. I call baseball games, and I do the Dodge games. And like I said, if you're on YouTube, you do have the opportunity to tune in on Twitch. and I'll put up the link right here. But if you go on Twitch, I actually showed the game. I can't do that on YouTube, or else I'll get banned. And I'm not trying to get banned here, as I'm trying to do an honest broadcast here. Ay caray. But I'll put up the link, and you'll see that I'm going back and forth on the game. But yeah, hello to your father, Carissa. Thanks for tuning in. Twitch is the way to go, though. I mean, I got to do this. Hello, everybody. Killah Noez here for game 2 of the doubleheader. Sound like that if I want to. Holy moly. Oh, man. But anyway, yeah, I got options here on Twitch. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. E-Dog, I wonder if there's a delay to the extra innings from the first game because this is taking a while. I don't know, but they showed it on the big screen in New York. They said, stay tuned, game 2 coming up at 7:30, which is 4:30 out here, right? So I don't know why they would push it back. Keep in mind, I am streaming right now, so maybe I'm on a delay myself, as I'm going back and forth on this MLB TV. MLB TV is not budging. It's not giving me the feed yet for whatever reason. But I guess we'll stick with SNLY. Why not? Perps. Can you what? No. Stop. Mm-mm-mm. But we'll see if the SNLY feed works for us or not. E-Dog, wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with the players union and their contract with the league in regards to double. Maybe. You never know. And another thing, E-Dog, one thing I was listening on the radio, they were saying they were calling it traditional double headers. What's an untraditional double header? I was like, what? What do you mean traditional double header? Yeah, we're playing a traditional double header. I was like, then what's considered an untraditional double header? I don't understand that. They kept saying that, and I didn't understand that. Oh, you don't remember a couple years ago, double headers are gonna set only 7 innings. Oh, wow, what? I don't remember that, E-Dog. Are you serious? I don't remember that. So double headers back in the day were only 7 innings. That's disgusting. What are they, little leaguers? Holy moly! So E-Dog says that back a few years ago, the double headers, they were only 7 inning games to get both of them in. Wow, unbelievable! But I gotta believe it. Big Dog Mom says she remembers that. I don't know why I don't remember that. So that's why they were calling it traditional doubleheader. Got you. Thank you for the I guess for the reminder that I don't remember. But that's what it was. Oof. I'm glad it was a traditional doubleheader. 7 innings. Are you kidding? Dodgers would have been toast. Dodgers would have lost 2-0 if that was the case. Yeah, they changed it to get the games in and then also to have less wear and tear on the players. Nah, I'm not about that. Definitely not. I'm gonna say no on that. And I'm glad it was a traditional doubleheader. Holy moly. Well, this is going to be game 2 of Dodgers and the Mets. We're getting ready for first pitch, which is coming up any minute now. I thought it was going to be 4:30, but and let me check my game day. Yeah, game day, same thing. It hasn't started yet. So maybe now it might be 6:40 or I'm sorry, 4:40, 4:45 maybe, which is cool. And maybe that's the reason why MLB TV hasn't shown the feed yet, because they're probably like, dude, we don't know when. Oh, there we go. MLB TV is working. Jose Quintana on the bump. Hold up, guys. We got an MLB TV feed, and that's the best feed that we could get here, because that's gonna give us the closer to the minute feed right here. And let me just let me reset this real quick, and it should get going. But yeah, we have a feed here, guys. MLB TV did come through, thankfully. Holy moly. I was getting worried there for a second. What the fuck? All right, here we go. Jose Quintana on the bump. 10 starts, has a record of 1-4, 5.13 on that ERA. Opponent average is 2.65, has given up 7 home runs and 52.2 innings of work for the New York Mets. As we get ready for Game 2 between the Dodgers and the New York Mets from Citi Field in Flushing, New York. Dodgers steal Game 1 in extras. Can they get a winning streak going after tonight? We see Mookie Betts, the leadoff hitter for the Dodgers. Remember, again, no Shohei Ohtani, so it'll be Will Smith followed by Freddie Freeman. Will Smith will be the DH tonight in Game 2. And shout outs to Big Dog Mom on the report. But we're getting ready for first pitch. Yes, C-Dog, MLB TV now has a feed, thankfully. Are you watching on MLB TV as well, E-Dog? And if you are, brother, if you don't mind letting me know the delay that I'm in, which I know I have. But what's the delay for you? If you don't mind me asking. As Mookie Betts steps in, again, this is Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 36, Dodgers versus Mets, game 2 of the doubleheader. Jose Quintana, lefty. His first pitch against Mookie Betts is low, and we are underway. Game 2 between the Dodgers and the Mets. Ball 1. It's like 5 to 10 seconds maybe. Oh, okay, that's good, E-Dog. That's pretty good. I can live with that for sure. Thanks for the heads up. Here's the 1-0 to Mookie. Mookie fouls this one. Actually, he's going to keep this one alive as Starlin Marte right around the line makes the catch. And that'll be the first out for the Mets here in the top of the first. Mookie Betts flies out to right field. Ay caray, Mookie. Keep those fly balls to a minimum, bro. Comes a DH, Will Smith. Did the catching in game 1, will be the DH. And will give Shohei Ohtani a breather in game 2. Shohei Ohtani will be a spectator in the Dodger dugout. Here's the first pitch from Quintana to Will Smith. Down the pipe, strike 1. Here's Quintana's 0-1. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Freddie Freeman on deck for the Dodgers. So it'll be interesting to see if the Dodger offense could get going here. But for whatever reason, in my opinion, it won't be an easy task against a left-handed pitcher like Jose Quintana. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Sometimes it feels like the Dodgers have a hard time getting used to a left-handed pitcher. I hope they prove me wrong. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count of Will Smith. Two 1 pitch. Oh, there's a drive by Will Smith to left field. Going back. Gone as Nimmo watches it go. Will Smith from the 2-hole goes yard against Jose Quintana and gives the Dodgers an early 1-0 lead. Prove me wrong, Will Smith. Prove me wrong. 1-0 Dodgers. So Will Smith goes yard here in the top of the first. Got a pitch inside the zone. Got the bat head out in front and drove it to left field. Nimmo was just watching this one go over his head and over the wall for that solo shot. Here's Freddie. Will Smith with his 7th home run this season. 3rd home run in his last 7 games. Go ahead now, Will. Here's the 1-0 to Freddie. Freddie hit a 2-run shot in his last at-bat in game 1. Looks at a pitch upstairs for strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, the big Freddie Freeman. So 1-0 Dodgers thanks to Will Smith's solo home run. Here in the top of the first. Freddie Freeman goes the other way. And just before it hits the wall, Nimmo cuts it off, but by then, Freddie Freeman is at second with a stand-up double. Yeah, what the hell? Freddie Freeman, where's your bullpen at? Apparently the bullpen is falling asleep. Freddie Freeman's like, dude, is anybody going to acknowledge? Acknowledge Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman was ready to do the dance to the Dodger bullpen, but where's the Dodger bullpen at? Wake up! Acknowledge Freddie! Ay, caray. Nevertheless, Freddie Freeman with one out is at second. Here's Teoscar. Had 3 hits in game 1. Looks at a pitch low for ball 1. Teoscar Hernandez last 5 games is hitting .500 with a home run, 4 doubles, 4 walks. Go ahead, Teoscar. Here's the 1-0. Teoscar gives this one a right to center field, but a right to Bader, who makes the catch. Makes a strong throw over to third to keep Freddie over at second. That'll be the second out here in the top of the first. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Mr. Neon Green, Kike Hernandez. Will be playing third base for the Dodgers tonight. One nothing Dodgers, top of the first. Here's Quintana's first pitch to Kike. Kike goes the other way, but fouls it off. Strike 1. Kike Hernandez hitting .200 with 3 home runs, 8 RBIs in 41 games with the Dodgers. 16 start over at third base. He'll be playing there tonight. Here's the 0-1 to Hernandez. That pitch gets away from Quintana. Super high and super off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch to Kike. That's a breaking pitch. Falls right in there. For strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count of Kike Hernandez with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Dodgers off to an early 1-0 lead thanks to a Will Smith solo home run to left field. Quintana's 1-2 pitch to Hernandez is coming up. Breaking pitch. Kike pops this one up and out of play behind home plate. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. See Freddie at second. Hit that double. 1-2 pitch from Quintana. Kike hanging in there. Staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes remains the count of Kike Hernandez. This season, the Dodgers are 25-3 when scoring first. They've won 17 straight when they do that. Ay, caray. Let's go. Here's the 1-2. That one's in the dirt. Good block by Navarez, the catcher for the Mets. Count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch. There's a grounder. Lindor, the shortstop, with the throw to the polar bear. And that does it for the Dodgers in the first, but not before Will Smith gets the Dodger offense going with a first inning home run. Solo shot gives the Dodgers a 1-0 lead. So it's good to see the Dodgers score early against the left-hander Jose Quintana. So good to see. 1-0 Dodgers as we go to the bottom of the first with the New York Mets coming up. Ay, caray. All right. All right, let's get acquainted with that New York Met lineup. New York Mets are going to send up Francisco Lindor, who just finished making the play on Kike. He'll be the shortstop and batting first. First baseman, Pete Alonso, followed by Brandon Nimmo, who'll be the left fielder. Designated hitter, Stewart. What's your name, Stewart? DJ Stewart, maybe? No, not DJ Stewart. D. Stewart. David Stewart? Actually, it is DJ Stewart. Okay, DJ Stewart would be the designated hitter, followed by the right fielder, Starlin Marte. Mark Vientos will be at third, followed by Jeff McNeil, the second baseman. Harrison Bader will be the center fielder. The catcher, Omar Narvaez, and then he'll be batting ninth. So again, Lindor, Alonso, Nimmo, Stewart, Marte, Vientos, McNeil, Bader, Narvaez. And of course, Lindor, Alonso, and Nimmo will be the 1-2-3 hitters going up against Gavin Stone of the Dodgers in the bottom of the first, chasing one. There's that Mets lineup set to go against Gavin Stone. Here in the bottom of the first, game 2 of the doubleheader between the Dodgers and the Mets. Like I said again, the Dodgers stole game 1 from the Mets. Here's Gavin Stone on his player profile. He did pitch against the Mets back in April 20th. 3.1 innings of work, allowed 4 hits, 2 earned run, 1 strikeouts, issued 5 walks. I Gavin Stone. Do better against the Mets in this game, brother. And look at Gavin Stone with his socks up. Socks up. I love it. Gavin Stone and his pitch arsenal. 6 pitches, 4-seamer, changeup, cutter. What else did I see? Slider, sinker, curveball. Did I say changeup? Because he's got a mean changeup. He's quickly down. 2 balls, no strikes to Francisco Lindor, leadoff hitter for the Mets. That one's inside, but Lindor fouls it off. 2 balls, 1 strike goes the count. Pete Alonso will be the second hitter for the Mets. He's waiting on deck. This pitch is upstairs, up and away. Count goes 3 balls, 1 strike to Frankie Lindor. Francisco Lindor hit a home run in that first game against Tyler Glasnow. Here's a 3-1 to Frankie Lindor. Frankie pops it up, but out of play. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 Dodgers. Bottom of the first. Dodgers score first. Full count. That one's fouled back. Count stays 3 balls, 2 strikes to Francisco Lindor. Gavin Stone with the 3-2 pitch coming up to Frankie. Payoff pitch. Lindor. Puro BG staying alive. Three balls, 2 strikes to the New York Mets shortstop. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gavin Stone takes care of Francisco Lindor for the first out here in the bottom of the first. Gavin Stone went with the high heat. Lindor was not able to catch up to that one. 1 down. That'll bring up Pete Alonso. Second hitter for the Mets here in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Alonso is fouled back and out of play. Austin Barnes was kind of giving a chase, but it went out of play. Strike 1. Pete is hitting .236 with 12 home runs, 26 RBIs for the Mets. Here's the 0-1. That one's fouled back. Gavin Stone has Pete Alonso in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Brandon Nimmo on deck for the Mets. Here's Gavin's 0-2. Oh, good breaking pitch. Called strike 3. I got to guess that was a changeup. Kind of hung it, but in the strike zone. And the ump rung up Pete Alonso. Holy moly, what a pitch. And this was a slider, they're calling it. Up in the zone, but strike 3 was called. 2 down. Great pitch, E-Dog. Great pitch. But you got to be careful with those pitches sometimes, E-Dog, because, I mean, that could be considered a hanging slider, right? But it fooled. It did the trick because it fooled Pete Alonso. Here's Brandon Nimmo. First pitch was a ball. Second pitch is a strike to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Gavin Stone with the 1-1 pitch. Inside, called the ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. E-Dog does say that Gavin Stone did get away with that high slider, no doubt. I thought he did. 2-1. Oh, that's a good pitch right there. That one just barely graces the bat of Brandon Nimmo for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Gavin Stone's 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Gavin Stone strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the Mets. Lindor, good morning. Alonso, good afternoon. Nimmo, good night. End of the first. We go to the second. Let's go. So 3 straight strikeouts for Gavin Stone to start game 2 of the doubleheader. Gavin Stone firing on all cylinders as of right now for the Dodgers. Coming up in the top of the second for the Dodgers, they're going to send up Andy Baez, Miguel Vargas, and Miguel Rojas. Baez, Vargas, and Rojas due up against Jose Quintana and the Mets in the top of the second. But yeah, that was good to see. Gavin Stone strikes out the side to start this game up. That's a great start for Gavin Stone. And a great start for the Dodgers, where they scored 1 as well in the top of the first. So we'll see if they can kind of keep that offense going. Don't stop now, boys. Don't stop now. Holy moly. And again, welcome to everybody. We're tuning in to Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 36, season 5. Thank you guys so much for being here, man. Again, I go by the name of Killah Noez. We broadcast from La Puente. We're tuning into the Dodgers versus Mets, game 2 of the doubleheader. And look at that sky. Unlike LA, out there it's chilly as heck. Holy moly. East Coast weather. Ay caray. As we begin the top of the second, Dodgers holding on to that 1-0 lead as they're back on the offense. Here's Eddie Baez, breaking pitch in there for strike 1 from Jose Quintana. Baez hitting .225, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs in 36 games for the Dodgers. Here's the 0-1. Inside, ball 1. E-Dog, Puro in and out. Let's go. Let's keep it on the west coast of things, right, E-Dog? Here's the 1-1 pitch to Baez. Baez fouls this one. No, actually, he's going to dunk this one for a base hit over the head of Pete Alonso, and Andy Pages is on with a dunker of a hit. I thought honestly that one was gonna go foul, but it stayed in just over the head of Pete Alonso, who was giving a chase, but they had no chance. Look at this one. Looked like he got jammed, but he's able to keep it fair for a leadoff hit for the Dodgers here in the top of the second. With Baez at first, that'll bring up young Miguel Vargas for the Dodgers. Miguel Vargas playing left field for the Dodgers tonight. Looks at a pitch low and away for ball one. And we'll see if Miguel Vargas can start taking advantage of some of these starts that he's been getting. Here's the 1-0 to Vargas. That one's taken inside for strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the young Miggy Vargas. Andy Pages over at first with that leadoff hit for the Dodgers. No outs here in the top of the second. Quintana with the 1-1 pitch to Miguel Vargas. Vargas pops this one out and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That looks like it was off of Yamamoto. Oh, the way they were hitting dunkers off of Yamamoto, the Reds were. Ay, caray. Oh, man. Ay, caray, dog. 1-2 pitch to Vargas. Vargas weakly pops this one up. Jeff McNeil is calling for it. And will come down with the grab. That'll be the first out here in the top of the second. What a weak at bat right there by Miguel Vargas. I need to see something better. Honestly, I really do. I need to see these call-ups start being and producing better at bats. That was just horrible. Weak fly ball for the first out in the top of the second. That'll bring up Miguel Rojas. There was no advancement of the runner, nothing. Just a horrible at bat by Miguel Vargas. So there's a check as Andy Pages gets back to first. Oh, and by the way, happy Angel Hernandez retirement day. Everybody, I believe they should go down to Major League Baseball as a holiday. Wow, E-Dog. E-Dog's wants to celebrate. I see you, E-Dog. That pitch is away. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Miguel Rojas. Playing second. Wait, Miggy playing second? I don't know why. I feel like when Miggy's up there, I mean, I understand giving the reps to Mookie Betts as Miggy looks at a pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes. I feel like Miggy should be the shortstop when he's in there with Mookie Betts. Slide over Mookie Betts to second. I understand giving Mookie the reps. I get it. But for whatever reason, I'd rather see Miguel Rojas over at short. But I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. 2-0 pitch, breaking pitch. Miguel Vargas comes up empty. Strike 1 on that swing and miss. Miguel Rojas hitting .250 for the Dodgers. Austin Barnes on deck. 1 out, runner on first for the Dodgers here in the top of the second. 2-1 pitch to Miggy Rowe. Just gets a piece of it off the inner thigh of Navarez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, watch the cock, Navarez. Ouch. Holy moly. Cup check. Thankfully, he took it off the cup like a champ. Ay, caray. Quintana with the 2-2 pitch to Miggy Rowe. Oh, where did that? Oh, my gosh. Miggy Rowe. That was close, but count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ay, caray. Miggy Rowe with the drive to center field. Bader cannot make the pay. This one goes through the window to the wall. Andy Pages will be sent. The throw not in time. Miguel Rojas with an RBI double for the Dodgers here in the top of the second. 2-0 Dodgers. Miggy Rowe. For a second there, I thought Bader had a beat on it. But I don't know if you guys see the wind, man. The wind has been blowing as of late. And I don't know if that wind took that ball. Ah, man, no, that one just straight went over the head of Harrison Bader. And Andy Pajes is able to score, even on that hesitation, is able to score from first on that double by Miguel Rojas. That gives the Dodgers a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second. And here's Austin Barnes with the runner at second with one out. Ball one. As I'm trying to ban. Who was I trying to ban? Oh, that bot. Got you, bot. Can't believe I still get bots here. Or spammers. What the hell? I'm a seasoned vet. There's a fly ball to Jack McNeil from Austin Barnes. Man, two weak fly balls for the Dodgers in this inning. We saw one from Vargas, and now we see one from Austin Barnes. 2 outs. Runner remains at second, and that'll bring up Mookie Betts. And you see the wind. The wind is definitely blowing. See Mookie's jersey just being blown away. Ay caray. So it's like Chicago out there over at Citi Field. We'll see if the ball makes some weird movements out there in the field. So 2-0 Dodgers. Here's the 0-1. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mookie Betts. Will Smith, who has a home run in this game already, is on deck for the Dodgers with 2 outs, runner in scoring position. And E-Dog's calling it, he's saying that Harrison Bader had a bad jump on that one. It did look like he might have gotten in first. I see what you mean, Bader. I see what you mean, E-Dog. As that breaking pitch is called a strike to Mookie Betts. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-0 Dodgers here in the second. Quintana with the 1-2 to Mookie Betts. Oh, that one's way outside. Up and in. Well, actually up and out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looks like a lot of those ceremonial first pitches. That's what that one looked like. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Mookie Betts. That one's low. Kind of gets away from Navarez, but Rojas stays put at second. Count goes full to Mookie Betts. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the second. There you see Will Smith waiting his turn on deck for the Dodgers. Jose Quintana with the payoff pitch coming up to Mookie Betts. Rocks back and fires. Mookie Betts with a... Oh, my gosh. Did we just see 3 weekly pop-outs to Jeff McNeil? Oh, my gosh. That does it for the Dodgers. They are able to get one thanks to Miggy Rose's double, but that's about it. 2-0 Dodgers as we go to the bottom of the second. Man. So the 3 outs were weakly hit to the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. Weakly popped out. Miguel Vargas, weak pop out. Austin Barnes, weak pop out. Mookie Betts, weak pop out. Yikes. But thankfully, the Dodgers are able to score 1 on that RBI double by Miguel Rojas. Gives the Dodgers a 2-0 lead going into the bottom of the second. Coming up for the Mets in the bottom of the second, DJ Stewart, Starlin Marte. And they'll have also Mark Vientos. And that'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Mets against Gavin Stone and the Dodgers in the bottom of the second. So, yes, I see you, E-Dog. E-Dog says it was a bad jump and probably maybe a bad read at first because his first step. It did look like he might have. Usually they either tell you to kind of freeze or the step should be back but it looked like he might have gone in. I mean, it was not quite a liner, but it had like a little line drive action to it, and those are always hard to pick up. So can't really blame Bader there on misjudging that one. But nevertheless, that ball does reach the wall for the Dodgers, thankfully, and that allowed Andy Pages to score from first base. So 2-0 Dodgers as we get ready for the bottom of the second. Hey, so 2 innings, 2 runs, not bad. I know we're crapping on the Dodger offense and their weak pop-ups to the second baseman, but hey, somehow they're scoring runs, and that's all you want to see. That's what you want to see from the Dodger offense. At least put up runs any way you can, especially when you're on the skid, right? Any way you can plate them, so be it. Here we go. DJ Stewart looks at the first pitch from Gavin Stone in the bottom of the second, called a strike. Remember, Gavin Stone struck out the side in the bottom of the first. Here's his 0-1 pitch to DJ Stewart. That one's upstairs, misses the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. And again, Gavin Stone, well, the only difference there, Gavin Stone is wearing a white jersey. He's wearing a gray one tonight, and he has his socks up. And he had his pants low over at Dodger Stadium. So Gavin Stone with his pants up, I'd love to see it. Got to change things. Gavin Stone's changing things, even just the way Happy Wife said it on Sunday. Pants up or socks up. I think she said pants up. And that's a strike. DJ Stewart did not like that call. Count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. See where that pitch was. Ooh, that was low. Was called a strike. But it looked like it hit the quadrant. So maybe it was rightfully called a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to DJ Stewart. And the wind still pushing over at Citi Field. Starlin Marte on deck for the Mets. 2-2 pitch. Stewart with a weak pop-up. Who's going to get this one? Miggy's going out there. Miggy's calling for it. Miggy makes the catch. I like that, Miggy. Great communication. You saw him yapping that gip. Comes down with the catch. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the second. And that'll bring up Starlin Marte for the Mets with 1 out. First pitch to Marte in there for strike 1. Marte came in as a pinch runner for the Mets in game 1. Looks at a pitch inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Starlin Marte. Marte hitting .258 for the Mets. Here's the 1-1. Oh, that one is off the bat. That one's off the bat. Strike 2. That one hit the bat. Look at this one. Off the knob of the bat. Get that knob out of the way, Marte. Strike 2. Ay caray. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Starlin Marte. That one's grounded. Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts steps, throws to Freddie Freeman. And that's the put out. 6-3. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the second baseman for the Mets, Jeff McNeil, with 2 outs. There is a little dunker. Oh, that one's going to land in. Right in front of Vargas. Comes up firing and keeps Vientos at first with just a single. So good play by Vargas to quickly get to that little dunker on the left side of the field, right along the line. It was a jam shot that broke the bat of Mark Vientos, but Mark Vientos is able to get it in there. Good play right there. And strong throw by Miguel Vargas, the left fielder for the Dodgers. I thought it was Jeff McNeil, but it was actually Mark Vientos. So now here's Jeff McNeil with 2 outs. Runner at first. McNeil hitting 232. Usually a good average hitter, but wow, he is low on that average with 232 for the Mets so far. As he fouls that one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeff, let me complete a double play, McNeil. Yeah, McNeil was trying to get crazy with who was it? Reese Hoskins of the Brewers. Got all chippy. Here's the 1-1. Yeah, I mean, look, I guess McNeil would qualify as one of those chippy players that I say that sometimes you need in a ball club. And look, this is what I'm talking about. I was so happy when I saw Jeff McNeil throw his bat in disgust. I was like, yeah! Here's the 2-1. There's a drive to center field. Andy Paez under this one and will make the catch, should make the catch, and will make the catch for the Dodgers to end the inning for the Mets. We've played and we've gone through 2. We go to the third, 2-0 Dodgers. But yeah, Jeff McNeil would definitely qualify as one of those chippy players that sometimes you need to light a fire up your ass. And I hate to say it, but douchey ass Jeff McNeil is one of those players that some teams need to get them going. Those are some of the players that we were talking about on Sunday. And Jeff McNeil qualifies as one of those fools that would push somebody and would spark up a fight just to get the team going. Right? But so far, so good for the Dodgers as we go to the top of the third. Gavin Stone does give up that hit, but that was it. Left him stranded at first. Now we go to the top of the third for the Dodgers. Coming up for the Dodgers, designated hitter Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, and Teoscar Hernandez due up in the in the top of the third. Ay, caray, Killah. All right, and let me see if I could quickly get my game day is kind of doing things here. And I did notice like little glitches. So I'm sure I'm a little backed up here. Let me see if I could get going here. Let me see if I can expedite the process here. I do see Will Smith is already up. And there's commercials still here for whatever reason. And looks like Will Smith ends up grounding out. Okay, here we go. So now we see Freddie Freeman with 1 out. Let me blast this up. So Freddie Freeman ended up grounding out. Who did he ground out to? He grounded out softly to the pitcher, comebacker to Jose Quintana, who was able to make the play. So with 1 out, that'll bring up Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman working on a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Teoscar Hernandez on deck. 2-0 Dodgers, top of the third. The wind keeps blowing over at Citi Field. There's catcher cam. That one's called a strike. I got to guess that's TBS using the catcher cam, but looks like Sportsnet LA was able to tap in on that as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count of Freddie Freeman. 1 out here in the top of the third for the Dodgers. 2-2 pitch from the left-hander Quintana to the left-handed hitter Freeman. That one's up the middle. It looks like Lindor's able to make that play. 6-3 on the putout. 2 down here in the top of the third for the Dodgers. That'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez with 2 down. Teoscar's 0 for 1. He lined out in that first inning. Here he is in the third. Teoscar's first pitch. Fouls it out of play to the right side for strike one. Third window with that check-in. Let's go Dodgers. Third window. Dodgers are up 2-0 here in the top of the third. Game 2 of the doubleheader. As Teoscar fouls this one out of play to the left side. Strike 2. And of course, the Dodgers stole and won game 1 of the doubleheader. So now the Dodgers are trying to win their second game in a row. Dodgers are working on trying to get a winning streak started here in New York. Here's the 0-2 to Teoscar. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yes, sir. Third window. They won the first game. Stole the first game and won it. Jose Quintana with the 1-2 pitch coming up to Teoscar Hernandez with 2 outs here in the top of the third with the wind blowing. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 on a pitch. Low and away. And that does it for the Dodgers here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Dodgers. All right. So coming up for the Mets in the bottom of the third against Gavin Stone. They'll have Harrison Bader, Omar Narvaez, and then kicks it up to the top of the lineup, Francisco Lindor. 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Mets in the bottom of the third. So as of right now, the Dodgers are kind of cruising along with Gavin Stone. So we'll see how that goes. As we quickly read the line so far on Gavin Stone, he does have 3 strikeouts and 2 innings of work. Has allowed only 1 hit. And he'll be taking the bump again for the Dodgers in the bottom of the third. Going up against Bader, Narvaez, and Lindor. Dodgers holding on to a 2-0 lead. But yes, third window, welcome in. And good morning, third window, right? It's morning out there in Japan right now, right? What is it, 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning? Morning time in Japan, if I'm correct. If my math is correct. 9 a.m. Ay caray, third window. Good morning, brother. Thank you so much for checking in, man. Welcome into Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 36. Third window couldn't wake up for the first game. Wow. Well, third window, just briefly, the first game, the first 7 innings, the Dodgers were just horrible. They weren't scoring nothing. They were down 2-0. Then in the 9th, down 2-1. They're able to tie it 2-2, and they go extra innings. And then in the 10th inning, they get 3 runs. And they hold on to the lead. And they finish off the game in 10 innings and beat the Mets. Here we go in the bottom of the third. Harrison Bader looks at a pitch low. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the center fielder for the Mets, Harrison Bader. And yes, third window did check the scoreboard, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Oh, good pitch right there by Gavin Stone down the middle. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes to Harrison Bader. Here in the bottom of the third. 1-2 pitch. That one's low. Count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers with a early 2-0 lead. Check swing. Freddie Freeman tosses it to Gavin Stone. He gets to the bag in time and gets Harrison Bader for the first out here in the bottom of the third. Good coverage. Way to cover Gavin Stone on that check swing by Harrison Bader. Let's look at this one again. Good fielding play by Freddie Freeman. Pitches it over to Gavin Stone, who makes the play over at first. Check swing. And remember, Bader's a good runner. So Gavin Stone got there right on time. The putout goes 3-1 for the first out. That'll bring up the catcher, Omar Narvaez, with 1 out. First pitch was a strike. Here's the second pitch. That one's a ball. Inside, low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Omar Narvaez. Hitting 164 with 5 RBIs in 26 games for the Mets this season. Here's the 1-1. That one's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Omar Narvaez. Narvaez had a walk-off. When did he get this walk? Was it Sunday? Ay, caray. Against the Giants. The Mets just finished playing the Giants this past weekend, so I got to think that was Sunday's game. I would have to guess. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Omar Narvaez. Here's Gavin Stone's 1-2. Look at that. Staying alive. Puro BG. Who the fuck is this guy? Creo que es el otro catcher. That pitch is a check swing. And if I'm correct, I think that's Alvarez, the other catcher who was yapping at Narvaez. Alvarez, the young catcher for the Mets, he might be injured right now. And that's why I think Narvaez is playing. I could be wrong. That one's upstairs. Count goes full to Narvaez. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Telling me, Doug, it would have been a boring game. It would have been a bad defeat as well if it wasn't for the last 3 innings where the Dodgers finally woke up. You're righty, Doug. Payout pitch to Narvaez. Strike 3, swing and a miss. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Gavin Stone picks up his 4th strikeout for the Dodgers. Pitch down the pipe. Narvaez comes up empty for the 2nd out. And with 2 outs, leadoff hitter Francisco Lindor will be the hitter. He fouls that one off for strike 1. They finally won, says third window. Yeah, they did. E-Dog, yeah, they kind of stole that one. They did. Sometimes you got to steal games in the season. In the course of 162 games, you're bound to trip over a couple of wins for sure. Here's the 0-1. Inside pitch just misses for ball 1. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike to Francisco Lindor with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the 1-1. That's an opposite field base hit from Lindor. And he gets that 2-out hit for the Mets here in the bottom of the 3rd. Lindor's at first with that Oppo Taco. Lindor was jammed, but Lindor was able to send it to left field and dunk it in there for a 2-out hit for the Mets. Mega with that check and driving and lurking. I see you, Mega. Thank you so much for the check-in, brother. Turn me up. Dodgers versus Mets. Shin Music Baseball Podcast, episode 36. Here's Pete Alonso with 2 outs. Looks at a pitch down the pipe. Strike 1. Thanks for the check-in, Mega. 2-0 Dodgers. Bottom of the 3rd. 2 outs here for Pete Alonso with Francisco Lindor at first. And there's a check from Gavin Stoner first. Nothing doing there as Frankie Lindor gets back to the back safely. No balls, 1 strike to count to Pete Alonso of the Mets. A 1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2, Killah. Ay, caray. So Gavin Stone has Pete Alonso on that inside pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Gavin Stone trying to pick up his 5th strikeout. Here's the 0-2. Look at that! Strike 3 called! Pete Alonso does not like the call. And that does it for the Mets. 2-0 Dodgers. Pete is hot. Wow. So Lindor is able to pick up his 5th strikeout. Did I say Lindor? Gavin Stone is able to pick up his 5th strikeout for the Dodgers, as Lindor was stranded at first. It looked like Lindor was off to the races, but it was called strike 3, and it looked like that pitch was down the middle on Pete Alonso. I don't know what Pete Alonso was yapping about. But man, Gavin Stone looking good. But I don't know why. We've seen this story the last week and a half, where the Dodgers pitchers do good. And let's hope they keep it good. And thankfully they had the lead. Gavin Stone currently has the lead 2-0 going into the top of the 4th. Coming up for the Dodgers in the top of the 4th, Kike Hernandez, Andy Pages, and Miguel Vargas. That'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Dodgers against Jose Quintana and the New York Mets. Live from Flushing, New York, Citi Field for Game 2 of the doubleheader. Thank you guys so much for being here. Chin Music, a Baseball Podcast, episode 36. It was funny. I was so ready. To be on yesterday. And then we got word that the game was postponed. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Oh, man. Yeah, I just ended up organizing some of my baseball cards instead. We were watching a little bit of that Met Giant game. We tuned into the Seattle Houston game as well for a little bit. Started watching Raw as well. Ate some pulled pork sandwiches. We did take a trip also to Garden Grove. Made a little day out of it. But mostly we chilled. But I was so ready to call that game yesterday. But hey, we got a doubleheader out of it. As we go to the top of the 4th, cotton candy and a Coke. Ay, caray. So we begin the top of the 4th. Kike Hernandez stepping in against Jose Quintana. Looks at first pitch, ball 1. 2-0 Dodgers. Kike is 0 for 1 with the ground out, hitting 198. He has dipped under 200 for the Dodgers. Here's his chance to get back over 200 as he looks at strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Kike Hernandez, top of the 4th. Jose Quintana with the 1-1 pitch. That one. Oh, that was a low pitch. One thing I will say about the ump, he's calling it both ways. That pitch was low. Called a strike. If I remember correctly, he made a call just like that for the... Oh, my gosh. That was really low. Here's the 1-2 to Kike. Oh, Kike is able to get a hold of that one. Nimmo's going back. Jumps and makes the catch right before hitting the wall, right on the track. Jumping, leaping Nimmo with the catch, and that'll be the first out here in the top of the 4th. Jose Quintana hung it against Kike, who sent it to left field. Nimmo gave a chase. Last second leaped right before hitting the wall. Came down with the catch for the first out here in the top of the 4th. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Andy Pages. Pages is 1 for 1 with a single. Second at bat, drives this one to the window, to the wall. Andy Pages will be at second with a 1-out double for the Dodgers. Strike opposed, Pages. That gets the Dodgers going here in the top of the 4th. Andy Pages looks so uncomfortable doing the Freddy. But man, first pitch swinging. Splits the gap between center and right. Reaches the wall. And he's up there with a stand-up double. Look alive, Andy Pages, when you dance, brother. Come on. Looks so robotic. Get some funk in you, brother. With 1 out, here's Miggy Vargas, who weakly popped out to the second baseman in his first at-bat Looks at strike one. Here with one out, runner in scoring position for the Dodgers in the top of the fourth. Quintana's 0-1 pitch to Miguel Vargas. Upstairs are going. They went up and in. Miguel Vargas is just barely able to make contact, but fouls it off. And he is quickly down in the hole to Quintana. No balls, 2 strikes. With one out here in the top of the fourth. Here's Quintana's 0-2 pitch. That one's low. Low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Second baseman Miguel Rojas on deck for the Dodgers. There's Baez taking his lead over at second. Quintana's 1-2 pitch to Vargas. Check swing. Swing. Strike 3. Miguel Vargas goes down swinging on that check swing. Look at this one. Got rung up. Swing. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Here's Miguel Vargas with the runner at second in Andy Baez. Quintana's first pitch to Vargas. Miguel Rojas with a liner to Vientos, the third baseman who makes the catch, and that does it for the Dodgers in the top of the fourth. They leave 1, score none, 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Ay, caray. So the Dodgers had an opportunity there, but they stranded a runner in scoring position in Andy Baez. Check his shorts. Made a great catch on that line drive from Miguel Rojas. Mark Vientos, the third baseman for the Mets, to cap off the inning for the Dodgers as we head over to the bottom of the fourth. Coming up in that bottom of the fourth against Gavin Stone and the Dodgers. Brandon Nimmo, who made a great play for the first out in that top of the fourth. He'll be leading things off for the Mets, followed by DJ Stewart and Starlin Marte. Ay, caray. And that'll be the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for the Mets in the bottom of the fourth. Well, all right. Yeah, that was a great catch, third window. Really good catch by Brandon Nimmo at left field. You got to remember, too, Brandon Nimmo was a center fielder for a long time for the Mets, but has recently made the move over to left field. And he's been making great plays for the Mets over in left field as well. So the Mets practically have 2 center fielders in their outfield. Obviously with Harrison Bader and now Brandon Nimmo in left. 2 good defensive outfielders for the Mets. So as we get ready for the bottom of the fourth, 2-0 Dodgers. E-Dog, is that the Padres have what, 1, 2, 3, 4 shortstops all playing different positions? Yeah, I think you're right, E-Dog. All their shortstops, they have them all scattered around in the infield. The Padres do. First pitch from Gavin Stone to Brandon Nimmo. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Brandon Nimmo 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here he is in his second at bat here in the bottom of the fourth for the Mets. Looks at a pitch inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brandon Nimmo. Here's Gavin Stone's 1-1. Brandon Nimmo swings and misses. Strike 2. That was a fastball upstairs. Swung on and missed by Nimmo. As we see Glass now and Shohei cracking seeds We see a line drive over to Andy Baez, who makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. One down. And with one out, that'll bring up designated hitter for the Mets, DJ Stewart. Gavin Stone just looking relaxed on the mound for the Dodgers. First pitch to Stewart. Change up. Good one. Strike one on that swing and miss. Stewart's 0 for 1 with a flyout. 0-1 pitch. Upstairs. Ball one. Gavin Stone's 1-1 pitch. That one's upstairs. Almost identical pitch to the last one. Called the ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. That one misses outside. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to DJ Stewart with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Starlin Marte on deck for the Mets. Here's the 3-1 to Stewart, who fouls that one back, and he actually claps Austin Barnes. Stewart checking up on Barnes. I guess he hit him with the bat on that back swing. Let's look at this one. Takes it off the mask, the side of the mask, on that back swing from Stewart. Austin Barnes hanging in there now. Ay, caray. Count goes full to DJ Stewart. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch to Stewart, who fouls it off to stay alive. Puro BG. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 out here at the bottom of the Met fourth. Payoff pitch again to Stewart. Strike 3 called! The bottom of that strike zone. Stewart did not like the call. He's barking. He's going back to that Met bullpen or Met dugout. Ay, caray. That pitch looked low, but what's called strike 3. Stewart did not like that call at all. Let's see where that pitch was. And it looked like it hit the quadrant just barely. So Stone picks up his 6th strikeout as DJ Stewart falls victim. Number 6. Here's Starlin Marte, 1-0 pitch. There's a little grounder. Quickly cut off by Kike Hernandez over at third, who makes a throw. Strong throw to Freddie. And that does it for the Dodgers. That does it for the fourth. We go to the fifth. 2-0 Dodgers. Gavin Stone making quick work of these Mets. And so far pitching a good game for the Dodgers. As we head over to the top of the fifth, we've gone through 4. Coming up in the fifth for the Dodgers, 9th hitter, Austin Barnes. Followed by the top of the lineup, Mookie Betts and Will Smith. 9-1-2 hitters on deck. 9-1-2 hitters on deck for the Dodgers. So Gavin Stone is starting to frustrate the Met hitters. That's a good thing. You want to see those guys frustrated. Gavin Stone is doing just that so far in this one. I would like to see a little bit more runs though. A couple more runs, maybe another one, just kind of like get a little cushion going. Making it just a little bit more frustrating for these Mets hitters. Put a little bit more pressure on them. So let's see if the Dodgers can kind of get going a little bit more. But they'll have the 9-1-2 hitters due up. Austin Barnes, Mookie Betts, and Will Smith due up in the top of the fifth. Dodgers hanging on to a 2-0 lead as we begin the top of the fifth. Jose Quintana still on the bump for the Dodgers. Will be going up against the catcher, Austin Barnes, ninth hitter for the Dodgers. As Barnes goes after the first pitch, fouls it back, out of play, strike one. Mookie Betts on deck. Austin Barnes weakly popped out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. Here he is in the top of the fifth with his second at-bat. Here's the 0-1 from Quintana. That one's low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Austin Barnes. Austin Barnes hitting 167 for the Dodgers. Here's the 1-1. Barnes with a slow grounder to Mark Vientos, the third baseman, who makes a strong throw to Pete Alonso to take care of Austin Barnes for the first out. Mookie Betts will be the next hitter for the Dodgers here in the top of the fifth. Be nonstop with that check-in. Who's on first? Pete Alonso is on first for the Mets, brother. Thanks so much for the check-in. And be nonstop. They did not play yesterday, brother. They got rained out. They are currently in a doubleheader right now. The first game was played at 1. And the Dodgers stole game 1 and won in extra innings. They won it in 10, 5-3. And now the Dodgers are trying to work on a 2-game winning streak as they currently have a 2-0 lead here in the top of the fifth. Mookie Betts right through the third baseman and shortstop. Gets a base hit, 1-out hit for the Dodgers here in the top of the fifth. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Will Smith. See Mookie Betts going right between the third baseman and the shortstop. Both of them getting dirty, but coming up empty. Mookie Betts at first with that single. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Will Smith. Gavin Stone hanging out, chilling in that Dodger dugout. Looking on to see if the Dodgers could get more insurance runs for him. Here in the top of the fifth, strike 1 to Will Smith. Seize the moment. This is not a replay, brother. We are live. Game 2 of the doubleheader. And again, Dodgers won. The first game was earlier. This one's fouled back. Will Smith is in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes to Jose Quintana with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. So, yeah, the Dodgers played earlier. Remember, they got rained out yesterday, so they couldn't play. So they played a traditional doubleheader. They started playing at 1:10, and then 30 minutes after that game was done, where the Dodgers won, they started this game, game 2. So this is the second game in the same day, guys, believe it or not. E-Dog can explain it to them if they're a little confused. E-Dog knows the exact rundown. That pitch is low and away, really away. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Will Smith with Mookie Betts at first with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. Dodgers are holding on to a 2-0 lead against Jose Quintana and the Mets. Mookie Betts with his lead over at first. Quintana's 1-2 pitch coming up to Will Smith. That one's upstairs, way upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes as the count goes even. So, yes, game 1, Dodgers win 5-3 in 10 innings. And here we are in game 2, top of the fifth. Dodgers with a 2-0 lead. There's a grounder to Francisco Lindor over the second baseman, McNeil, and they take care of the lead runner, Mookie Betts, for the second out here in the top of the fifth. Will Smith hits into a force out or into a fielder's choice. Sorry about that. So Will Smith will be at first now with Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman today so far is 4 for 7 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a double. So far in this doubleheader, Freddie Freeman has been looking like himself as of late. He's got a runner at first, 2 outs here. First pitch from Quintana to Freeman, misses low, ball 1. Let's go, Freddie. Third window, wow, let's go. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Quintana to Freddie. Freddie with a rip to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Will Smith will not stop at second. He keeps chugging and makes it over to third. Runners on the corners for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, stay hot. Freddie Freeman sends this pitch from Quintana right in between the second. Almost takes out Will Smith, who had to get out of the way. Luckily, he did for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman continues his hot hitting at Citi Field in New York. And with 2 outs and runners in the corners, that'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez, who's 0 for 2 with a line out and a strikeout. Big chance for the Dodgers to get a little bit more cushion on this 2-0 lead. First pitch swinging, Teoscar Hernandez, strike one. In game one, you saw Teoscar Hernandez put up a great battle against Ottavino in that 9th inning. And finally, after battling away, he was able to get the Dodgers going with a leadoff hit. And that sparked the Dodgers to tie it up in the 9th. Here he is in game 2 of the top of the 5th with runners in the corners. Looks at a pitch way inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count of Teoscar Hernandez. 2-0 Dodgers, top of the 5th. Jose Quintana with the 1-1 pitch coming up to Teoscar. Ay, caray. I'm a little excited, guys. That one is low in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. E-Dog, Freddie looking like Freddie. As of late, yes. Yes, E-Dog. Freddie looking like Freddie. So we see Will Smith at third, Freddie Freeman at first with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. 2-1 pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. Outside, even count. Actually, 3 balls, 1 strike. That one just barely misses outside, but definitely missed. Count goes to 3 balls, 1 strike to Teoscar Hernandez. Kike Hernandez on deck for the Dodgers. 3-1 pitch. Teoscar with a little dunker, and that's going to stay up there long enough for Bader to come down with the catch. And that does it for the Dodgers. In the top of the 5th, we go to the bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Dodgers. So the Dodgers miss an opportunity to tag on more runs against Jose Quintana and the Mets. They do put the pressure, but they're not able to cash in. Ay, caray. All good, though. No problem. Especially if Gavin Stone keeps pitching the way he's pitching, the Dodgers are going to be all right. Beat Nonstop has the basketball game on TV. Puro basketball. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention at all to basketball as of late, man. The only thing I know is what I see on ESPN, I guess, when I tune in, or whatever I see on social. So apparently, I guess the Celtics made the finals, and they're awaiting the winner between who the hell's playing anyway? Wait, I don't want to look at the chat. I'm gonna guess this. I think Dallas and fuck, I'm gonna have to look now. Dallas, not Denver? No, Dallas beat Denver. Oh, and the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves, right? Yeah, I think so. I think I'm right. Anyway, that's basketball. Nevertheless, all right. Gavin Stone has been on it, guys. Gavin Stone has been pitching. Now, what seems to be now is turning into a great start for the Dodgers. Let me just read you the line. So far, what we've gotten from Gavin Stone. Gavin Stone has pitched 4 innings for the Dodgers, has allowed only 2 hits, no runs, no walks, has 6, count them, 6 strikeouts. We're 1 strikeout away from being able to pick up a Jumbo Jack tomorrow with a purchase of a $15 drink. Nevertheless, Gavin Stone has been the story in this one, as he's been turning in a great outing for the Dodgers as we begin the bottom of the 5th. Coming up in the bottom of the 5th for the Mets, they will be sending up Mark Vientos, Jeff McNeil, and Harrison Bader. That'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Mets against Gavin Stone and the Dodgers in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Vientos inside for a strike. No balls, one strike. Mark Vientos, 1 for 1 with a single. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Gavin Stone getting ahead of these Met hitters. He has thrown 2 sliders to Mark Vientos to get 2 strikes. There's a timeout by Vientos as he steps back in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Look at this. Strike 3, 7 strikeouts. And with that strikeout, we qualify to get the Jumbo Jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a $15 drink. Jumbo Jacks for everybody. Thanks to Gavin Stone, who picks up his 7th strikeout. Dodgers got your back for a free Jumbo Jack. Let's go. Boot on Jumbo Jack. 1 out. Here's Jeff McNeil swinging at the first pitch, fouls it back. Strike 1. So Gavin Stone keeps throwing strikes for the Dodgers. That one misses outside, ball 1. That one is fouled to the mask of Austin Barnes. So Austin Barnes is getting worked behind the plate for the Dodgers. He's already gotten hit with a baseball bat and now got hit with a foul ball right into the mascara of Austin Barnes. Ay caray. So you want to be a catcher, huh? Hell no. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Jeff McNeil with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Gavin Stone with the 1-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. And Austin Barnes actually had to get out of the way of that one. With nobody on, there's no point in blocking that one. Look at this. Austin Barnes is like, oh, hell no, I ain't getting in front of that one. Looked like the ump took a piece of that one as well. Austin Barnes getting it tonight. 2-2 pitch to Jeff McNeil. Little grounder to Miguel Rojas. Over to Freddie. Put out goes 4-3 for the 2nd out. Here in the bottom of the 5th. E-Dog, did the Dodgers get free Jumbo Jacks the first game or no? I don't remember. Oh, that's a good question, brother. I don't remember either. There was a few strikeouts later in that game. I'll check for you. Remember, 7 strikeouts get not Dodge. 7 strikeouts get you the free Jumbo Jack. Harrison Bader steps in. Strike 1. Look at that. Good bender. Good pitch. Oh, 2 pitch. There's a grounder to Mookie Betts. Makes a play at shortstop, and that does it for the Mets. 1, 2, 3 goes the Mets. As we play through 5, we go to the 6. 2-0. 2-0 Dodgers. Let's go. Quick work. Gavin Stone is making quick work of those Mets. As I am looking at the box score in the first game. Oh, yeah. If I'm correct, Brother Glass now had 8 strikeouts alone. Yep, he had 8, and then Grove had 1, so that's 9. Hudson had 1, that's 10. And Trinan had 2, so the Dodgers struck out 12 Mets. So, yes. How does that work? Do we get 2 Jumbo Jacks tomorrow with the purchase of 1 large drink? Yeah, I don't know how that works, man. You would have to find out, E-Dog. But, yeah, that's a good point. It's a doubleheader. They got 12 strikeouts in game 1. Gavin Stone alone has 7 strikeouts in this one, which qualifies for the free Jumbo Jack as well. So you would have to ask your jumbo. You would have to ask your Jack in the Box to see if they would honor getting 2 Jumbo Jacks for the price of 1. I don't know. I'm sure there's a little There's a little disclaimer in the fine print. Who knows? That's a great question that you bring up, brother. I mean, I'm not a market, but somebody else might not be, and you figure 2 sodas, you get 2 jumbo jacks. It's good. That's a good one. I was thinking one per game, so you get 1 jumbo jack, 1 large soda, and then you get another jumbo jack with another large soda. So two large. So two large. Should 2 large will give you 2 jumbo jacks in theory. You might have to hit up corporate on the social media and find out. I'm not gonna hit up corporate, bro. You can do that. Being on stop's getting hungry with all this jumbo jack talk. I could I being on stop. Eat something, brother. Make yourself a burrito. As we get ready for the top of the six coming up for the Dodgers in that top of the six, Kike Hernandez, Andy Pages, and Miguel Vargas due up. 2-0 Dodgers. As we see Dodger fans in New York at Citi Field. There's an Oriole fan out of nowhere. That Dodger fan has a helmet, a right-handed helmet. Wow, it's got the ear flap and everything. Holy moly. Here we go, top of the sixth. First pitch swinging, Kike Hernandez. That one's going to be called a foul. Barely goes foul as the catcher made the play on it, but looks like it did go foul before he was able to grab it, or after he grabbed it. E-Dog says, I would, but I'm at the market, so it would do me no good. But who has ever in the market? Feel free. Oh, he's out of the market. He's not in the LA area. I see you, E-Dog. If I'm by a jumbo jack, if I'm by if I'm by a Jack in the Box, I'll check. I'll check tomorrow. But you may have to call corporate, he says. 0-1 pitch to Kike Hernandez. That one's low for ball one. 1-1 strike to count of Kike Hernandez. To begin the top of the sixth, 2-0 Dodgers. Jose Quintana with the 1 pitch to Kike. Oh, that one's in there. Outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 to Kike. Andy Pages on deck for the Dodgers. 1-2 pitch from Quintana to Kike. That one's in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fact of the matter is, you at least get 1 jumbo jack for sure tomorrow, thanks to all the strikeouts racked up by the Dodger pitching staff. 2-2 pitch to Kike. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Kike Hernandez strikes out for the first out here in the top of the Dodgers sixth. 1 down. So the left-hander Jose Quintana still on the mound for the Mets. He's down 2-0, but he's still dealing. With 1 out, that'll bring up Andy Pages. Pages is 2 for 2. Pitch inside. Ball 1. Pages with a single and a double and a run. Having a good day at the plate in game 2 of this doubleheader. Here's the 1-0 to Pages. That one's in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0 pitch coming up to Andy Pages from Jose Quintana. That one misses. Upstairs and away. 3 balls, no strikes to count to Andy Pages. With 1 out here in the top of the sixth. Miguel Vargas waiting his turn on deck. Oh, beat on stop. Going to Tommy's. Oh, there's a drive. But Harrison Bader's going to be under this one and will be coming down with the grab. And that'll be the second out here in the top of the sixth as Andy Pages flies out to center. 2 down. Be non-stop. As a matter of fact, Tommy's has a buy one, get one deal. I guess it's a hamburger day or something like that. So you buy any burger at Tommy's, you'll get another one for free. Just a heads up. If you really are going to Tommy's, have that in back of your head. If you want, bring up the Bring up the deal on Instagram and you'll see what I'm talking about. Buy one burger, any burger, I'm sure, and get one free. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Miguel Vargas. Miguel Vargas with a rip to left field. Miguel Vargas goes deep with 2 outs. Solo shots for Miguel Vargas. 3-0 Dodgers. Miguel Vargas hits his first home run of the 2024 campaign. And he hits it here in New York against the Mets to give the Dodgers a 3-0 lead. And now he gets the seat treatment. So Vargas on a line drive to left field gives the Dodgers that 3-0 lead here in the top of the 6th. With 2 outs, that'll bring up Miguel Rojas. So Miggy Varg, first home run this season, 9th home run in his 103 career games in the majors. Here's the 1-0 to Miggy Bro. 2 balls, no strikes. So Miguel Vargas, after a couple disappointing at-bats, finally tags Jose Quintana for a 2-out solo home run to give the Dodgers a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 6th. Miggy Rowe, 2-0 pitch, flies this one weakly to Jeff McNeil, who's under this one, and makes the catch. And that does it for the Dodgers. But not before Miguel Vargas is able to tag Jose Quintana. Tags him to left field for that solo shot. Look out! 3-0 Dodgers going to the bottom of the 6th. Let's go. E-Dog, that's Vargas, not Bergas. I didn't say Bergas, bro. You said Bergas. Third window, yes, Tommy's. So if you go to Tommy, any participating Tommy's, I think today, buy one burger, get one free. Just a heads up. And if I'm correct, today's supposed to be hamburger day, I think. Some BS like that. You know, one of those weird calendar days, I guess. Good event, says third window. Yeah, too bad In-N-Out doesn't have a promotion like that. Buy one double-double, get one double-double free. Let's go. Now, wouldn't that be a hell of a promotion? Holy moly. I don't know why the Dodgers don't reach out to In-N-Out for like a Mino promotion. You could even make it a difficult promotion. Like, hey, the Dodgers hit 3 home runs. Or if a Dodger hitter hits 3 home runs, everybody gets a double-double. Something like that. Make it difficult, you know? That would be a cool promotion. Anyway, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Dodgers with a 3-0 lead coming up for the Mets in the bottom of the 6th. 9th hitter, Omar Narvaez, followed by the top of the lineup, Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso, due up in the bottom of the 6th against Gavin Stone and the Dodgers. And looks like we're going to have some defensive switches coming up for the Dodgers. Defensive switch from right field to left field. Teoscar Hernandez will now be the left fielder for the Dodgers. Defensive substitution, Jason Hayward will replace Miguel Vargas after Miguel Vargas hit that solo shot to give the Dodgers a 3-0 lead. Jason Hayward will replace left fielder Miguel Vargas, and he will now be batting 7th and playing right field. So Teoscar goes from right field to left field, and Jason Hayward goes to right field to replace Miguel Vargas. And there he is, along with Teoscar Hernandez, as we begin the bottom of the 6th. Dodgers holding on to a 3-0 lead. Again, this is Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 36. Dodgers versus Mets from New York, Citi Field, game 2 of the doubleheader. As Omar Narvaez fouls that one back, and he's quickly in the hole 2. Gavin Stone, no balls, 2 strikes. Narvaez is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Narvaez weakly pops this one up to center field. Andy Pages comes down with the catch. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. So Gavin Stone cruising along as we're starting to see some action in that Met bullpen. Daniel Nunez warming up in the Met bullpen. Francisco Lindor looks at a breaking pitch for strike one. Frankie Lindor 1 for 2 with a single, hitting .212 for the Mets. Oh, look at that liner to Miggy Rowe, who makes the running catch in the infield. That'll be the second out here in the bottom of the sixth. 2 quick outs for Gavin Stone and the Dodgers. Gavin Stone keeps making quick work of these New York Mets. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up the second hitter, first baseman Pete Alonso, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He's got 2 strikeouts today against Gavin Stone. First pitch to Pete Alonso here in the bottom of the sixth, outside for ball 1. 3-0 Dodgers, bottom of the sixth. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Gavin Stone to Pete Alonso. That one is strike 1. That one hit the lower tier of that strike zone. 80 pitches for Gavin Stone, being very efficient with his pitches, making quick work. Look at that. Another weak pop-up to Pages. 1, 2, 3, go the Mets. We've gone through 6. We go to the 7th. 3-0 Dodgers. Gavin Stone. Wow. Gavin Stone turning in a great outing. Just what the Dodgers needed in this doubleheader. And he's preserving that bullpen, which is most important. But just a heads up, the Dodgers will play an early game at 1:10 tomorrow. And with that said, man, be on the lookout for Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 37 tomorrow at 1:10 p.m. out here in the West Coast. Dodgers versus Mets, game 3 of the 3-game series, tomorrow at 1:10. And like always, I really do encourage you guys to follow me on Instagram. Reason being is that I do put up updates on my stories and let you know when I jump on the Twitch to do my Chin Music Baseball podcast. So if you guys haven't done so yet, man, I would appreciate a follow on Instagram. And I also would appreciate a subscription on YouTube. Now, unlike Twitch, subscriptions on YouTube are free. You don't have to pay nothing. You just got to hit subscribe and bam. But if you guys got time, man, hit that link. And I do have a YouTube channel. I'm actually streaming on YouTube right now as we speak. It's a little different than what I do here on Twitch. But nevertheless, I am live on YouTube. And I do put up YouTube shorts. I take the highlights from each game and I make a 1-minute short. You guys might see them on Instagram as well, but I always put them up first on YouTube, on my YouTube shorts. I make edits and I make 1 minute highlight reels of the Dodger games that I call for Chin Music. So if you guys subscribe, man, you guys will see all that stuff there. Like I said, I would appreciate a subscription on YouTube as well. But all good, man, whether you guys do or not, I do really appreciate you guys hanging out with me as we begin the top of the 7th from Citi Field, New York. New pitcher for the Mets, Daniel Nunez. 4 games as an ERA of 4.26. Will be taking over for Jose Quintana here in the top of the 7th. And will be going up against the 9th hitter, Austin Barnes, who's 0 for 2 with a pop-out and a ground-out. First pitch to Barnes was a strike, swing and a miss. Second pitch, that one misses, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-0 Dodgers, top of the 7th. And again, this is Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 36. Thank you guys so much for being here. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Nunez to Barnes. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Mookie Betts waiting his turn on deck for the Dodgers. Nunez with the 2-1 to Austin Barnes. That was down the pipe. Austin Barnes made contact but fouls it out of play. Count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Will Smith looks on. Will Smith, the second hitter in the DH today in game 2 for the Dodgers. 2-2 pitch to Noez, or 2-2 pitch coming up from Noez to Barnes. Barnes grounds it to the third baseman, Vientos. Makes a strong throw over to Pete Alonso, and that does it for Austin Barnes. The play goes 5-3. Third baseman to the first baseman for the first stop here in the top of the 7th. With one out, that'll bring up Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. Mookie Betts, 1 for 3 with a single, hitting .336 for the Dodgers. Here he is in his 4th at-bat here in the top of the 7th. First pitch to Mookie from Noez, upstairs, up and away, ball 1. One-zero. Mookie Betts bounces one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Smith on deck. 3-0 Dodgers, top of the 7th. 1-1 pitch from Noez to Betts. That one's a low and in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one pitch to Mookie. Mookie Betts with a rip to left field. Right out of the reach of Francisco Lindor. Mookie Betts with his 2nd hit of the game. And it comes here off of Noez in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Runner at first for the Dodgers. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Will Smith, the designated hitter for the Dodgers. Nice third window. Yeah, nice base hit right there by Mookie Betts for his 2nd hit of the game. Mookie Betts, 2 for 4. That'll bring up Will Smith. Will Smith is 1 for 3 with a home run, RBI, and a run in this game. Looks at a pitch upstairs. Nope, that was a strike. 1 ball. No balls, 1 strike to count to Will Smith. Ay, caray. All right, Mookie Betts at first. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. The 0-1 pitch from Noez to Will Smith is instead a look over at first. Mookie Betts getting dirty, getting back to the bag safely on that check, on that pickoff attempt from Daniel Noez of the Mets. Pitcher in relief for Jose Quintana here in the top of the 7th. Next pitch is at 96 mile per hour. It's a fastball that's fouled back by Will Smith. No balls, 2 strikes. The count to Will Smith with Mookie Betts over at first and 1 out. Tyler Glass now chatting it up in the Dodger dugout. Was the winner of game 1. There's a little slow roller to the third baseman, and they're not able to turn the double play. The attempt went 5-4-3. Instead, the force out on Mookie Betts goes 5-4 for the 2nd out, as Will Smith is able to leg this one, and he's safe over at first on that double play attempt from the Mets. That'll get Freddie Freeman up with 2 outs and a runner in Will Smith over at first base here in the top of the 7th. Shohei Ohtani, who has the night off in game 2 for the Dodgers, chilling in that Dodger dugout. There's a first pitch to Freddie Freeman. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Third window says Mookie Betts broke the defense. Oh, apparently he did. He got Will Smith over to first base. So at the very least, the defense was broken. Third window. 1-0 pitch to Freddie. That one's upstairs at 96. 1 ball. Actually, 2 balls, no strikes. Ay, caray, Killah. All right, 2 balls, no strikes to counter Freddie Freeman with Will Smith over at first base with 2 outs now here in the top of the 7th for the Dodgers. Wow, 2-0 pitch swinging in the dirt. Freddie Freeman was sitting on dead red, And you got a pitch, a really bad pitch in the dirt, and Freddie Freeman swung at it and came up empty. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Freddie Freeman. Noez with the 2-1 pitch to Freeman. That one misses upstairs, out and up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Happy Wife with that check, and Happy Wife, welcome in. Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 36. We're taking in the Dodgers versus the Mets. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Dodgers currently holding on to a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 7th. Noez with the 3-1 pitch to Freddie. That one misses in the dirt, inside, ball 4. That'll get runners on second and first with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Teoscar Hernandez due up. Let's go Dodgers. Yes, Happy Wife. Dodgers holding on to a 3-0 lead. They snapped their 5-game skid in the first game. And now in the second game, they're trying to win 2 in a row. How about that? And yes, Happy Wife. They have a win under their belt today, and they currently have the lead 3-0, top of the 7th. They got 2 outs here with runners on second and first. Will Smith is at second, who grounded out on a fielder's choice. And Freddie Freeman's at first, who just drew a 2-out walk. And here's Teoscar Hernandez up to bat for the Dodgers. Teoscar's 0 for 3 with a K in this game. First pitch swinging on a breaking pitch. Swing and a miss from Teoscar. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, 1 pitch to Teoscar. Look at that. Back-to-back breaking pitches from Noez. And back-to-back swing and misses from Teoscar Hernandez. No balls, 2 strikes to Teo. Teo's going to call a timeout, rightfully so. See if Teo could settle down here as he's in the hole against Noez. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Noez with the 0-2 pitch coming up to Teoscar Hernandez. Look at that! Strike 3, swing and a miss. Teoscar Hernandez strikes out on 3 pitches, 3 breaking pitches. That does it for the Dodgers in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Dodgers. So the story here, Gavin Stone, Happy Wife, Gavin Stone has been dealing for the Dodgers. Gavin Stone has been very efficient with his pitches. Gavin Stone also, let me read the line here. Gavin Stone has gone through 6 innings of work, has only allowed 2 Met hits, no runs, no walks, very important, no walks, has 7 strikeouts in this game. So very, very efficient for Gavin Stone as he's been making quick work of the New York Mets. And we'll take a look at his pitch count when he goes back out on the bump for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 7th. But so far, so good for Gavin Stone and the Dodgers heading into that bottom of the 7th. Coming up for the Mets, they'll send up Brandon Nimmo, DJ Stewart, and Starling Marte. 3, 4, 5 hitters do up for the Mets in the bottom of the 7th. But yeah, definitely Gavin Stone, player of the game so far, for sure. We've seen home runs we saw a first inning home run from Will Smith. We saw a home run from Miguel Vargas in the 6th inning as well. And we saw an RBI double from Miguel Rojas. So the Miggies have made their imprint in this game as well. So 2 home runs and an RBI double have given the Dodgers that 3-0 lead going into the bottom of the 7th. Oh, and of course, rest in peace going out to Bill Wanton, who passed away this weekend. RIP to the big man. First pitch to Nimmo. He's going to be able to dunk that one in there right in front of Jason Hayward and Brandon Nimmo to start the bottom of the seventh. First pitch gets a base hit to right field for the Mets. And with the runner, the leadoff hitter, in Brandon Nimmo over at first, that'll bring up DJ Stewart. DJ Stewart, the designated hitter for the Mets. Yes, definitely happy wife. R.I.P. to Bill Walton. Happy wife says, and his son is a great guy too, Luke. DJ Stewart 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. Here he is with the runner at first. Nobody out against Gavin Stone and the Dodgers. Bottom of the seventh. Look at that, DJ Stewart. This one is going to stay long there enough for Jason Hayward to come up with the sliding catch for the Dodgers. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the seventh. Good play by Jason Hayward in right field on that line drive from DJ Stewart. He got Jason Hayward to slide, make a great catch. Seen a lot of those this year by Jay Hay. Did it again. Just now for the first out. One down. Here's Starlin Marte. First pitch. Marte. They're going to right field against Jay Hay. That's the third straight hit. That's hit over to Jay Hay in right field. 2 outs. That'll bring up the third baseman, Mark Vientos, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Going up against Gavin Stone. So Gavin Stone already with 2 quick outs after that leadoff hit from Brandon Nimmo. First pitch. Down the strike zone. Called the strike. Vientos did not like that call. As you can see, it is kind of low. It was low. It looks like Mark Vientos is going to call a timeout already. He's so frustrated from that call from the home plate ump. No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Runner at first for the Mets. 0-1 pitch from Gavin Stone. Mark Vientos. Great play by Mookie Betts to get the force over at second. Gavin Stone making quick work. Goodness. And I was supposed to look at the damn pitch count, and this inning went by so quick. How many pitches was that? Like 7? It was less than 10 pitches. That for sure had to have been less than 10 pitches. Holy moly. Gavin Stone is being super efficient with his pitches. And I'm trying to see here on game day to see if I could see the pitch count from Gavin Stone, but I'm not sure where to click. Let's do this real quick. I mean, it's not important. The moral of the story is he's got to be under 100 pitches for sure. It's probably close to 100 pitches. But man, he is turning in a great pitching performance for the Dodgers. Has currently blanked the Mets as we've gone through 7. As we go to the 8th inning. So now 7 innings of work in the books for Gavin Stone. 3 hits thanks to that Nimmo hit in the 7th. 3 hits, but no runs, 7 strikeouts for Gavin Stone. Great performance. And we'll see. You know what? The question now is, will Dave Roberts let him pitch the 8th? I got to think he might. And I don't see why he wouldn't. He's being super efficient with his pitches. He's low. He's got that pitch count definitely under 100 pitches. And the way he's cruising, I don't see why he wouldn't want to give him the 8th inning. But I guess we'll see. Coming up in the top of the 8th for the Dodgers. Trying to see who they're going to send up. Yes. Kike Hernandez, Andy Pages, and Jason Hayward. Remember, Jason Hayward came in for Vargas. So Kike Hernandez, Andy Pages, and Jason Hayward due up. And that'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters. due up in the top of the 8th. So fast recap. Game 1, Dodgers steal Game 1, 5-2, and currently holding on to a 3-0 lead here. And they steal Game 2? No, they steal Game 1. And here in Game 2, Dodgers are currently holding on to a 3-0 lead. As we begin the top of the 8th, Kike Hernandez on the 0-1 pitch. That one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-0 Dodgers, top of the 8th. And again, I invite you guys. Most likely, I'll be doing episode 37 of Chin Music tomorrow. Start time will be 1:10 as we see a swing and a miss from Kike Hernandez for the second strike. And we see action in the Dodger bullpen. Alex Bestia, the lefty, warming up in that Dodger bullpen. So Gavin Stone might be done. His outing might be done after 7 innings of work. 1-2 pitch from Noez to Kike Hernandez. Kike Hernandez on one knee swings and misses for the first out here in the top of the 8th. Andy Paez will be the next hitter for the Dodgers with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. First pitch looks at strike 1. Andy Paez has had himself a good offensive performance for the Dodgers in Game 2. Paez is 2 for 3. Swing and a miss on a pitch outside. No balls, 2 strikes. Andy Paez quickly in the hole here in the top of the 8th against Noez. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 coming up from Daniel Noez to Andy Paez. Andy Paez pops this one up. This one's going to get out of play. Count's going to remain no balls, 2 strikes. Jason Hayward on deck for the Dodgers. So another thing to note, another thing we noted, brought up by E-Dog, because he did ask how many strikeouts the Dodgers have in Game 1. Tyler Glasnow alone had 8, but the Dodgers had 12 total strikeouts in Game 1. And now they have 7 strikeouts here in Game 2. As we're about to see the 0-2 pitch coming up to Andy Paez. That one's outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he asked, does that mean that you get 2 Jumbo Jacks with the purchase of a large drink? I don't know. It's a good question. Got to find out tomorrow. Here's the 1-2 to Andy Paez. Strike 3 called on that breaking pitch. That'll be the second out here in the top of the 8th. Paez did not like that call, but it gets rung up. Good breaking pitch down in that zone. Called strike 3. It looked like it hit the quadrant. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Jason Hayward with his first at-bat here in Game 2 for the Dodgers. Jason Hayward, first pitch swinging, pops up. This one's going to go out of play. Strike 1 to J-Hay. But another deal that came about was Tommy's buy 1 burger, get 1 burger free. Supposedly they're doing it just today for Hamburger Day. Swung on and missed from Jason Hayward, and he's quickly in the hole to Daniel. His name is Daniel. Dedniel. Daniel Noez. Noez with the 0-2 pitch to Jason Hayward. Ay caray. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we got options. We could either go take care of that buy 1, get 1 free today at Tommy's, or wait for tomorrow and ask if we qualify for 2 Jumbo Jacks for the purchase of just 1 drink. We'll see. Well, we definitely got options. Happy wife, yum. 1-2 pitch to Jason Hayward. That one's way upstairs, just a bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Jason Hayward. 3-0 Dodgers, top of the 8th. Here's Noez, 2-2 pitch to Hay. Jason Hayward with a little roller over to second base. McNeil takes care of him, and that does it for the Dodgers. The top of the eighth, we go to the bottom of the eighth. Dodgers holding on to that 3-0 lead. Well, let's go. 3-0, huh? What about City Grill? A final visit before they close. I know, Happy Wife. I just saw the the flight had told me about that. And then I saw Instagram and I saw the post. I'm like, crap. Yeah, I guess they weren't seeing eye to eye with the landlord. I don't know if the landlord jacked up the rent on them and just made it impossible for them to keep going, I guess. And they decided to just call it quits at that location. It was a cool location. I mean, any spot in Covina, especially around that area, it's gonna be a cool spot, right? It's a hot spot. But yeah, man, City. I'm not sure if Alex and the crew are gonna try to relocate. I gotta guess maybe they will attempt to relocate. But as of right now, yeah, the final days of City Grill, and Happy Wife says, "Oh, you still have a gift card? Oh, Happy Wife, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta take advantage of that." And if I'm correct, Happy Wife, I think they're doing half off on drinks on their final week as well. So half off on drinks as well. So if I were you, I would take advantage of that City Grill gift card, especially if you have it. You definitely gotta take advantage. $50. So if the drinks are half off, imagine how many drinks you could get, amiga. Happy Wife, do yourself a favor and take advantage of that $50 gift card from City Grill. Definitely do that. But yeah, shout out to City Grill, man. Shout out to Alex and the whole crew. Alex, Isaac, Hannah. Shout out to the whole crew. What happened? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, what happened to my screen? No, we're back. So we go to the bottom of the eighth. Dodgers are hanging on to a 3-0 lead. I see Mook, obviously, looks like it's backstage Dodgers. I saw a glimpse of Max Muncy, and I read that Max Muncy might need a rehab assignment before even being considered to come back, but he had a little setback. So his timetable is up in the air. As we see Alex Vesia to come into relief for Gavin Stone here in the bottom of the eighth. Vesia with a 1.54 ERA. You guys believe that? After talking all that crap to Alex Vesia in the beginning of the season, he has become one of the top relief pitchers to come out of that Dodger bullpen, especially with that 1.54 ERA. I mean, I'll admit I was one of his biggest haters. Maybe still am. He's on thin ice with me, Happy Wife. I hate to say it. E-Dog, here we go. But he has proven me wrong somehow. As we see a fly ball from McNeil to Andy Pajes. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the eighth. Let's see what Jerry Hairston has. Stone Cold what? Oh, Stone Cold Bill Walton. Very nicely put, Hairston. I like that. Very nice. Here's Harrison Bader with one out here in the bottom of the eighth. First pitch from Alex Vesia. It's outside for ball one. I'm eating my words, Happy Wife. But yeah, I still feel, I mean, he's still on, like I said, he's still on thin ice. He's been proving me wrong, though. I guess somehow, E-Dog and Happy Wife, I guess Vesia only gives up runs when they're inherited and when there's somebody else's responsibility. So that ERA, huh? He gives up the runs for the other pitchers, but then when it becomes his responsibility, he tightens down, I guess. Anyway, regardless, he does have that low ERA for the Dodgers out of that bullpen. I'll give him that. 2 balls, 1 strike to count of Harrison Bader. Tyrone Taylor waiting his turn on deck for the Mets here in the bottom of the eighth. Dodgers holding on to a 3-0 lead here in game 2 of the doubleheader. That pitch missed inside. Count goes 3 balls, 1 strike. Looks like Alex Vesia wanted that call. Tell me that. Looks like it was. Ooh, looks like it was in, but looked like it hit the strike zone. Ay caray. Here's the 3-1. Alex Vesia getting squeezed. That one's way out, way inside. That's gonna be ball 4. That'll get Harrison Bader over at first with that 1-out walk here in the bottom of the 8th. Met bullpen in action. Josh Walker, left-handed pitcher for the Mets, warming up. And that'll bring up Tyrone Taylor. Looks like he's going to be the pinch hitter here. Tyrone Taylor hitting .236 with 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. And Tyrone Taylor hitting for the catcher, Omar Narvaez, as Mark Pryor is going out to the mound to have a word with Alex Vesia with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Thin. E-Dog's on that same boat with me and Vesia. Thin ice. Happy Wife says he's got a couple of grandies under. Yes, he does. He gave up one big one on Friday, during Friday's game, during Friday's bullpen meltdown. Ay caray. Holy moly. But that seems like a long time ago now. Dodgers, believe it or not, have snapped their 5-game winning streak. And today they're trying to start a 2-game winning streak if they are able to hold on to this 3-0 lead. Here's Vesia with the first pitch to Tyrone Taylor. That one's low, ball 1. Harrison Bader at first for the Mets with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers holding on to that 3-0 lead. 1-0 pitch to Taylor. Taylor looked like he helped them out a little bit. He fouls that one for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Tyrone Taylor. Francisco Lindor on deck for the Mets. Getting ready to hit from the right side against the left-handed pitcher, Alex Vesia. 1-1 pitch. Taylor swung on and missed. Strike 2. Vesia with the fastball gets Taylor to swing and miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch from Vesia. Breaking pitch, strike 3, swing and a miss. That'll be the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 8th. As Alex Vesia is able to strike out Tyrone Taylor on that breaking pitch. Down in the zone. Taylor comes up empty, 2 outs. And with a runner at first and 2 outs, that'll bring up Francisco Lindor hitting from the right side against the left-hander Alex Vesia. First pitch, up and outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Frankie Lindor pops this one up to Andy Pages, who's under this one. Comes up with the catch, and that does it for the Mets in the bottom of the 8th. We've gone through 8 innings. We're going to the 9th. 3-0 Dodgers. So Vesia, he leaves runners stranded over at first after walking them. But then he gets out of the inning. So good work by Alex Vesia. As we head over to the 9th. I was just thinking, man, what a difference a day makes. Right? So yesterday, the Memorial Day game between the Mets and the Dodgers gets rained out in New York. So they have to play 2. They have to play a doubleheader today. And man, that first game, I'm telling you, I was listening to the game and it was just here we go again type of vibes. Here we go again. Cannot get the offense going for whatever reason. Well, that was the first 7 innings. They finally cracked the seal in the 8th in that first game. Score a run. Somehow they're able to tie the game in the 9th. and they take it to extra innings, and they explode for 3 in that 10th inning, and they hold on to beat the Mets 5-2, and they practically steal game 1, right? So after game 1, they snap their 5-game losing streak. And now, currently, they going into the ninth, they have a 3-0 lead against the Mets here in game 2 of the doubleheader. And now they're looking to win their second straight, just like that. And that's what we're trying to also try to remind ourselves how funny or how quick of I don't know what the word is here, but like how quickly you could turn things around in a long baseball season. Obviously the sky's falling after losing 5 in a row. What the hell? Fire Roberts. This team sucks. This team's performing like they perform in the playoffs, and all the cliche, all the cliche that these casuals love to just talk crap about. You know what I'm saying? So easy to crap on the Dodgers as a casual. So easy to fall off the bandwagon as a casual. So easy. I mean, it's easy. You know, sky's falling when you're losing 5 in a row. That's why I always say, always step back and kind of see how it is. And now all of a sudden the Dodgers are 1 inning away, 3 outs away from getting back into the win column and getting a winning streak going. It's the up and downs, the peaks and the valleys of a 162 game season, straight up. As we begin the ninth inning, new pitcher for the Mets going up against Miguel Rojas, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a double. Miggy Rowe against Josh Walker. Oh, good pick by Pete Alonso to bail out Mark Vientos. Gives him the glove clap. That'll be the first out as they're able to get Miggy Rowe. Put out goes 5-3 for the first out here in the top of the ninth. So left-hander Josh Walker, new pitcher for the Mets. With 1 out, that'll bring up Austin Barnes, who's 0 for 3 with a pop out and 2 ground outs in this game. It's been the catcher. Will Smith has been the DH. Shohei Ohtani has been given the night off for the Dodgers. First pitch to Austin Barnes outside, ball 1. Second pitch, rides low and inside to Austin Barnes. 2 balls, no strikes. You see Will Smith there. The DH, Mookie Betts on deck for the Dodgers with 1 out here in the top of the ninth. 3-0 Dodgers. It's a breaking pitch. Strike 1 to Austin Barnes. Dave Roberts popping seeds. There's a 2-1 to Barnes. Upstairs, 3 balls, 1 strike. So if they're able to hold on, Dodgers go for their third straight win tomorrow. Wow. Ain't that crazy how quickly things could turn around. And look at that base hit from Austin Barnes as he goes the other way to right field. 1 out base hit for Austin Barnes. Strike that pose. And he did it with a little umph. As Austin Barnes goes to right field, right out of the reach of Jeff McNeil, the second baseman for the Mets. Cannot come up cleanly with that one. Austin Barnes punches it to right field. So 1 out, runner on first for the Dodgers. Here's Mookie Betts. First pitch from Walker to Mookie Betts. Taken all the way. Inside pitch. Called a strike. Oh, 1 to Mookie. That one's outside. 2 balls. Haha. That one's outside. Let me rephrase that. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know, man. I've been off on my pitch count for whatever reason. It's been a long day. Here's the 1-1. Called a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count of Mookie Betts with Austin Barnes, who's over at first. Will Smith on deck. There's a drive. Oh, good play by Frankie Lindor. Look what I got. 6-4-3 on the double play as Mookie Betts hits into the inning-ending double play, and that does it for the Dodgers in the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Mets. 3-0 Dodgers. Uh-oh. Cheerleaders coming out on top of the Mets dugout. Here we go. uh Chaviras. Anyway, Chavi, thank you so much for the follow, man. Appreciate the follow. Again, this is Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 36. Wow. Be on the lookout. Episode 37 coming your way tomorrow. Dodgers versus Mets, Game 3, the finale from Citi Field. Game starts at 1:10 out here in the West Coast. Be on the lookout. I look to be on at around 12:30. But like I said, man, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. I always post up when I go live and what time and all that good stuff. I always put the invite on my stories. So if you guys ain't doing so, man, make sure you guys are following me on the IG for all the latest and greatest. And for the Chin Music updates on when I go live. But most likely, I'm giving you guys a heads up. Tomorrow, most likely, I'll be doing episode 37 starting around 12:30 to get ready for that 1:10 first pitch time. Dodgers versus Mets tomorrow, Game 3 from Citi Field. But we got 1/2 inning to go, bottom of the 9th. Dodgers are holding on to a 3-0 lead coming up in the bottom of the 9th for the Mets. They got Pete Alonso, Brandon Nimmo, and DJ Stewart. 2, 3, 4 hitters do it for the Mets. In the bottom of the 9th, we'll see who the Dodgers have to try to close it out in the first game. Blake Treinen closed it out in the 10th inning. And I mean, granted, he had a 3-run lead, but nevertheless, he had a great performance in that 10th inning to cap things off for the Dodgers in that bottom of the 10th and to close it up against the Mets in Game 1. We'll see who the Dodgers put out in Game 2. We'll see if Alex Vesia comes back out or if Dave Roberts goes another way. But 3-0 Dodgers. And yes, Alex Vesia will be turning in his second inning of work for the Dodgers, and he'll be asked to close it out for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 9th against Pete Alonso, Brandon Nimmo, and DJ Stewart. Last chance for the Mets. Here's Pete Alonso, 0 for 3. Here's Vesia's first pitch to Alonso, and that one's fouled out of play. Strike 1. 3-0 Dodgers, bottom of the 9th. Dodgers trying to win their second game in a row, believe it or not. Of course, they took Game 1, 5-3, and they're currently winning 3-0 here in the bottom of the 9th. That pitch rides inside to Pete Alonso. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brandon Nimmo on deck for the Mets. Here's Vesia's 1-1 pitch to Pete Alonso. Pete fouls that one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's Vesia's 1-2 pitch to Alonso. Brock backs, fires. Pete Alonso pops this one up. Austin Barnes giving a chase, but this one is going to go into the stands and out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Upstairs. Way upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Pete Alonso. Bottom of the ninth, last chance for the Mets here. See Brandon Nimmo on deck for the Mets. Mets chasing 3. That one's a cue shot to Freddie Freeman, who will take care of it himself over at first. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the ninth for the Dodgers. It's Freddie Freeman with the unassisted play. The play goes 3-U, 3 unassisted if you're keeping score at home. Here's Brandon Nimmo, 1 for 3 with a single. Here in the bottom of the ninth with 1 out. Lefty-lefty matchup for Vesia. Here's his first pitch to Nimmo. That one misses upstairs and away. 1 ball, no strikes. 3-0 Dodgers. Bottom of the ninth. Here's the 1-0 from Vesia. That one's fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. DJ Stewart on deck for the Mets. One pitch. Upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Brandon Nimmo. Alex Vesia bringing heat. I like it. 2-2. Pitch coming up to Brandon Nimmo with 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Fastball upstairs at 95. Misses. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count payoff pitch to Brandon Nimmo. Swung on and miss on a pitch up and in. Strike 3, swing and a miss. 2 down here in the bottom of the ninth. Alex Vesia, great pitch. On that pitch up and in, Brandon Nimmo had no chance. 2 outs. And the Mets are down to their final out. That'll bring up DJ Stewart. Last chance for the Mets. Breaking pitch in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouled back. Strike 2. And the Mets are down to their final strike. Dodgers trying to win their 2nd in a row. Trying to sweep the doubleheader. Miguel Vargas, are you sniffing your pits? Ay, caray. 0-2 pitch to DJ Stewart. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Could have sworn I seen Vargas sniffing his pits. It's been a long day for them, I guess. Here's the 1-2 from Alex Vesia to DJ Stewart. That one misses. Low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's Vesia's 2-2 pitch to DJ Stewart. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Alex Vesia's fired up. The Dodgers hold on. Win 3-0 and have now won 2 in a row. They sweep the doubleheader against the Mets. Goodness. And the Dodgers will go for the sweep of the New York Mets tomorrow. Game time 1:10. Goodness, the Dodgers have now won 2 in a row. Wow. And that's what we're talking about, how quickly things can change in the regular baseball season. Nevertheless, man, this has been Chin Music, a baseball podcast. This was Chin Music, a baseball podcast. Episode 36. Dodgers win 3-0. We saw home runs from Will Smith as he took the Mets' Jose Quintana deep. Miggy Rowe with an RBI double. Gavin Stone with 7 great innings for the Dodgers. Fan 7. Miguel Vargas got into the home run derby. Hit a solo shot, and that's all the Dodgers needed. Dodgers hang on 3-0. So be on the lookout tomorrow. Dodgers go for the sweep at 1:10. Chin Music episode 37. Dodgers versus Mets tomorrow. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. Get that update, whether I go live or not. Nevertheless, the Dodgers have now won 2 in a row. Goodness. Great to see, man. Very happy, very happy. Stick around for the raid, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Dodgers win. Perp Jess, I see you. Mega, always love. Happy wife. Now, what's your I don't know what my record is. I'm off the top. I think I finally picked up my 18th win. I might be 18-16 or 18-15 or something like that. I'll let you guys know tomorrow. But I finally pick up my 18th win of the season, believe it or not. Stick around for the raid. Checking out DJ iTech. Killah Noez. I am out. Peace.